pictures you're painting, girl. Well, you are number one. When nothing quite will hit the spot, you're awesome at coding. And when we chill and play together, there's always the most fun. My amiga, you're more than a friend, not just a girl pal. We're in it to the end. I can tell you exactly what you mean to me, but I know you'll always be inside my heart. When I turn you off, when I push your buttons, I always feel sorry the next day. I wish I could be with you every hour. I love it when you light up, it makes me feel so gay. My amiga, you're more than a friend, not just a girl pal. We're in it to the end. I can tell you exactly what you mean to me, but I know you'll always be inside my heart. My amiga, you're more than a friend, not just a girl pal. We're in it to the end. I can tell you exactly what you mean to me, but I know you'll always be inside my heart. 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 Inside my heart.
Hello everybody, sorry for being a little bit late. Some technical difficulties. Some reason my Amiga emulator decided it would just forget some settings, but it was possibly my fault why it forgot. So anyhow, moving on from that. Yes, hello everybody, hello West in the chat there. Guess today is the start of a new Katie streaming week, and of course no camera today because of the facial hair removal appointment I've got tomorrow. So that's that, and even if I didn't have that, I'm fairly tired today because of mysterious reasons I don't know. It's just a thing. At the moment, apparently. I mean, I do have this thing, this chronic fatigue thing, so perhaps it's got something to do with that. But Meowdy Tostali as well. But yes, so hello all. I hope everybody's doing well and stuff like that. We had the start music playing, my Amiga. Oh, excuse me very much. And I have had a request to try and play that. Gosh, words, what are words? Yes, I had a request to try and play that from Stars, and I've been working on it. I have a setup now, and I've been practicing. Sometimes I can kind of almost get through the song without any issues, but I may need some more practice. Maybe some more practice, or maybe not. Maybe it'll help. Maybe it won't. I don't know. But yeah, but I will practice a bit more, at least, before we're doing it. I'm not quite sure when I'm going to do it, though, because obviously it depends on, since Stars requested, it depends on when Stars is going to be around. obviously I can ask them myself about that kind of thing. But I think it would also be nice for Chaos to be able to be around as well, because it is the kind of almost a song she commissioned in a way. But yeah, so I will have to figure out. Oh look, West's got a cookie next to their name. That is good. Cookies are good. So it's kind of sure. I may or may not decide to switch out the on-screen chat for something which actually shows up the things I'm mentioning. And actually shows my emotes that I have available, because I think still maybe Tracy isn't showing up, so I might find out something else instead of this current on-screen display. On-screen display. I mean, I do like this one, but it's just, it's not showing everything. Then it's not doing everything I would want it to do. But yeah, so I have got it some setup, and I can actually show you some of the setup that I've got. If people are interested in musical software and such like that, and how I'm going about doing this, I can give a proper actual demonstration with, you know, my little MIDI keyboard that I've got when it comes time to do it. I just remember which button I have to press. I have to press this one. Here we go. This is showing part of the screen here. Can I zoom in? There we go. We're zooming in a bit, so you're gonna be able to see things here. So this is so I got some music recording software. It is called Reaper, if you're interested in that. And this is currently the track setup. I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4 tracks over here, as you can see there. And this is the masked output track. So everything goes to this track, and then it goes to what you can see here, the left output and the right output. So basically, that's where everything gets sent to in the end to make sounds. And the little buttons here, the little red buttons, are recording buttons, and when they're this brighter red, that means they're set up to receive information on those channels. So I've got it to send my MIDI keyboard through these 2 channels, which are highlighted right here, number 1 and number 4. And so it comes into here. I've got a MIDI note hold thing, so what I can do is I can push a key on the keyboard and it just goes, you know, it plays that note until I push another key on my keyboard and it plays another note instead, which is obviously quite useful, especially if you're doing something live, especially for juggling quite as much as I'll have to juggle. I mean, somebody who actually does live performances would possibly look at what I've got and think, ha ha ha, you only have this many tracks and this many things and whatever, and you're only you know, pushing a button and twiddling a knob and doing everything like that, and it's oh my word, I have to do so much more and whatever. But you know, I am not a professional performer, so I have things set up here, so I can push a key on my keyboard and it'll play indefinitely until I push another key on my keyboard and it'll change to a different note, and whatever. I was wondering though, I saw something appear in my chat and then not on the screen, but then it appeared on screen, so don't worry about it. But yeah, it comes through here. I was going to do this is a transposing thing. This basically means it shifts the notes I'm playing to different notes. I was going to fake the key change with that, but then I realised that this is kind of a glitchy way to do it. Because I have to hold the button, then do the switch, and then it kind of doesn't quite work properly because it thinks I'm still holding the old button down and not the new button because of the way MIDI works. It got confusing, so I realised that actually playing the key change was easier than fiddling around with that. So basically all I've got at the moment is it's just holding down whichever note I press, but then it sends it through to these 2 other tracks, this bass track and the synth track, which are here, the bass track and the synth track. So this basically outputs these held down MIDI notes to these 2 channels here. Now both of these 2 channels have on them a MIDI note filter. This is basically, so the way I've got it set up is the lower keys on the keyboard just activate the drums, and the keys a bit further up activate the synths. And so what I don't want is, if I push a key to activate the drums, I don't want it to activate a note on the synths instead, all at the same time, because they'll be playing the wrong notes and whatever. So I've got to kind of like to filter out the notes which are below a certain point on my keyboard, so it doesn't play them. So I can have the drum triggers and the synth notes going. And hello, Chaos. So you can have the drum triggers and the synth notes separate from the bass and the synth thing here. If you just got in here, Chaos, this is me explaining my setup for when I'm going to be doing my Amiga song live. So yeah, just to kind of well, I'll go to this next thing. This thing is, once it's gone through the filter, it goes into this chorderizer, which it's called here, which basically means it turns a single note into a chord. So basically the same note gets sent into the bass and the synth, but this synth one gets turned into a chord before it goes into the instrument afterwards to play. Yeah, I know. As I said, I got a request from Stars to do it, so I've been figuring out how to do it, and I'll need to figure out how to arrange between Stars and probably you when's a good time to play it, because obviously, as I said, you kind of like commissioned it from me in a way. So I think you'd be happy to see the song which you encouraged me into being played live. You would. That's good. So I'll have to arrange when I'm feeling well enough to do it, and when Stars and you are available to watch it, and I'm sure Star you would enjoy watching it as well, and so. But I think Starly watches quite a lot of what I do anyway. But yeah, just to kind of recap what I've got, the bright red dots on here show where the MIDI is coming into, because currently I'm describing this MIDI in over here, and it's coming into a note hold. So I push a key on the keyboard, it just holds down a single note, and I can lift my hands off the keyboard, it's still playing that note, and I can then push another key on my keyboard, or switch that one and stop playing the other one. So it's just a good way just to keep playing the one. It's called a note hold, or a latch as well, because it latches on to certain things until you I don't think this one, if you tap it, it stops, which is a problem for ending the song, but I figured out a way to do it. But anyway, I push a note, it gets held by this, it gets sent out to these two tracks here, where they get filtered so that I don't accidentally play the drums when I'm playing the synths, and then this one gets turned into a chord, and they both go into instruments in this contact, which is basically a sample player, and has various things set up. I thought I had. Can I go to the next one here? Hang on a moment, I'm going to have to get a sneak preview of this, because for some reason it's deciding it doesn't want to do what it's supposed to be doing here. So if I load this back up again, now it's got the arrows to go to the next one. Here we go. This is the one of the instruments. This is the bass instrument. You can see here it's on the quadra bass setup here, going to this Retro Machines thing, which I found had a good bass sound to it. So I've got this kind of set up on this like preset 3. I may have twiddled some things here or whatever to make it do that, but I think mostly it's on this preset. And then I've clicked on this ARP chord thing over here. Is it not letting me? No, I've got to zoom out, haven't I, to go on to the next one. There we go. I've got the ARP thing, or arpeggiator, which basically means if you hold down a key or a chord, it'll just automatically play things for you. So this is kind of goes on and off and on and off. You hear this in a lot in like 80s or synth music or whatever. It goes on and off and on and off and on and off. So if you hold down one button, especially like the bass, if you think about it, if I hold down the bass button, it'll go boom, then turn off, then boom, then turn off, then boom, then turn off. So basically that's how you get the boom 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 little bass simple bass riff thing going on. You can do complicated other things with it, but this is a reasonably simple arpeggiator. You can see it's got arpeggiator here. So if you hold down a chord when you've got an arpeggiator like this set up, it'll play the first note, then the second, then the third. Like if you play it in up order, it'll play the bottom, then the next one up, and the next one up, and then if you hold down more chords, it'll play all of them in order until it gets to the top and you've got no more left, and it'll start at the bottom and play all those notes in order again. Or you can switch it to go down, or then up and down, and things like that. and you can get it to cover different octaves and stuff like that. So instead of just playing, like, if you hold down 3 notes, instead of just playing those 3 notes, it'll play those 3 notes in order, and then it'll play those 3 notes an octave up in order as well, before going back to the start again. So it's a very easy way to get a very accompaniment. So you might know the one of the synths on the My Amiga song has that kind of, it doesn't quite go like that, but you know, the whole kind of thing. It does that kind of thing. This is with, like, that's with all these faders up on here, so it plays every single time, and it just goes through the chord that's being held down on this other track over here. So this is when it turns into a chord and goes into a similar thing. Obviously it doesn't go into the bass preset thing that I've got set up here. It goes into a different one. I think it's like actually kind of a synth horn kind of thing that is set up to be, or that's a preset to be. But yeah, so it goes through this instrument here, and that's how it does the bass and the chords. And so basically I can just, like, tap a note, it starts playing the bass notes, and then the chords from the other ones. Like, tap another note, and it starts playing the next chord and bass note in the sequence. Which is good, because I have to think of doing other things at the same time, like singing, which, you know, I can play my guitar and sing, so I can do multiple things at once, but it kind of frees me up to do other things as well, like do the drums here as well. And also I've got faders on these two here, so especially, like, during the verses, this synth one, this synth thing here fades out. So I've got a little knob attached to the volume control of that, so I can fade out the synth and whatever, and bring it back in for the chorus. If I remember to bring it back into the chorus, sometimes I forget. I've practiced a little bit, and it's like I'm playing, like, halfway through the chorus or whatever, and it's like, oh no, I forgot to bring in the synth, so I've got to twiddle that knob back up to make sure it does that. But yeah, there's another part in the actual song which I'm not going to be able to do, which is the kind of melody line along with the these other two synths. Well, no, this normally do the bass synth. But yeah, there's a melody line that goes on during the verses and I think the chorus as well. That kind of copies the vocal melody and that kind of thing. Obviously, that requires more coordination, therefore more practice and stuff like that. And plus, I only have 2 octaves available on my keyboard, and I'm kind of using up quite a bit of the space that I've got on there anyway. So that's not going to happen. But anyway, maybe in the future, maybe when I get a bigger space to do things and actually access to a larger keyboard, because I have another MIDI keyboard, but it's obviously not where I am right now, and I have no place to set it up at the moment. So when I'm actually able to move into a bigger place and stuff like that, and I can set that up and stuff like that, then it's all over for all of you. Or something like that. Anyhow, so yeah, so that's the thing. That's the basic synths and stuff like that going on through that. Obviously, I'll be using this microphone just to sing through and whatever. And then also, I've got the drums set up here. This goes through this contact thing here, which is, like I said, basically a sample player, but it's a little bit more advanced than just a sample player. These other things on here just to make sure that the this Ozone 9 elements thing, this is just make sure that the signal doesn't get too loud. This is, like I said, going out on the master or the main bus here, so everything that comes through here goes to basically the OBS and into your speakers and into your ears. So this is to limit the amount of signal that comes through here, so it doesn't blow out the stream audio and your speakers and your ears and things like that. So I'm sure you're appreciative of that. But yes, anyway, this is the drum track, which is, like, armed for input here. So as I said, this is a separate thing to this. So this stuff, this is like the filter to the top half when I'm playing the bass and synth here. This is just a lower couple of keys that gets sent to, which I can show you in the fancy diagram here. This is part of the editing view of this contact thing. So this is like a pre-made thing which they sell themselves and whatever, so you can quite easily get a sound up and ready and working, whatever. But you can make your own sound as well. You can load in your own samples into this and put them on the different keys. You can see I've got 2 samples here put onto these 2 different keys. This is one of the samples down here. The yellow one here is highlighted, and this is the sample I've got here, and I've got it looped to this section here. So when I hit this key, it'll play this in a loop, which is all well and good. The problem being, though, that if I just hit it and let it go, it's not going to be synchronized with the synths and things here, because obviously I can start them at different times. So I have to push play on the software that I've got, which this is a part of. There's a play button, there's other bits and pieces around here, but this is like a cutout or whatever. There's a play button or whatever, so I have to push play on here to get them all synchronized to each other. And then when I play the keyboard things here, oops, I have an alarm on. That's only for me, but yes, so it'll be in sync with whatever thing. Well, it would be if I played them at the same time still, but there still could be, like, I could play them off, but there are other ways to make sure that happens. Another problem is I've got 2 things here. This is like the main drum loop going in here, and this is the fill next to it. So when it gets to like the end of the verses and choruses, the fill plays out, and I've got another loop set up to do that. However, the problem is obviously if it's, you know, just set up to trigger when I push the keys, it'll start playing this one, and then if I hit this one, it'll immediately start playing this other one. So it could be like boom tsh, whatever. And if in the middle of that I push the other key, it'll be like boom tish, then boom tish, boom tish, boom, just cut in right right then, and not do it in time with the song. So in order to get these in time or quantized, as the lingo is, there is in this edit window, I don't know if you can see here, yes, it's got a script editor up here. So at the moment we've got the mapping editor, which is this one here, which shows how these samples are mapped out. You can also map these to different velocities going up here. It's like if you play it soft, it plays the ones down here. If you play it loud, it plays the ones up here, and you can set it up to the different zones, so it can play a lot of different velocities if you want on each key. I mean, that's useful for like drums. If you hit a drum softly, if you hit a drum hard, it's going to sound different. But I've only got the drum loops set up, and they're going to sound the same no matter how hard I hit the keys here. But yeah, so you've got the mapping editors, which just shows you how the samples are mapped out on the thing here, and you've got the wave editor, which obviously shows the waveform of the samples that we select in these zones here. There's also some other things we can look at here, but then what we're going to look at now is a script editor, which they have like preset scripts. So I didn't write this script. This is all coding and stuff like this. So you can see it's kind of this is the bit that's showing here, this bit here. So there's quite a bit more to do this one thing. There's quite a bit more to do this other thing that's over here. But yes, I didn't write this. These people wrote it for Native Instruments, which was the name of the company who sells this software, written by Joseph Natterer, Nikki Marinik, and Martin Jan. In 2009 is the last time this was modified. So yeah, you click on this little preset thing, it comes up with this MIDI latch one and this input quantize thing. So, like the synth notes, which I've got set up, so if I push a button, it just continues playing that even if I lift my finger off the key. I've got the same for the drums, so if I can like just activate them and say play this loop, and I don't have to keep my finger down on the button for it to keep playing that loop. So it'll do that, however, and then it's in mono mode, so when I switch over to the other drum loop, it doesn't play both of them at the same time. It switches between the two. But obviously, as I said, in that case, even if it's latched, if I push the other one before the end of the bar, it'll start playing it immediately, and so it'll be out of time with the rest of the music. So that's why I've got this input quantize thing here. I don't have the actual view of that script here. I think this is like, yeah, this is the end of the stuff here. I've got no more pictures here. But there's basically, as I say, a similar kind of thing to this. It's got some more code in there. It's an input quantize, and basically what it means is if I push like the fill button while the other one's playing in the middle of a bar, it'll wait until the end of the bar to start playing the fill loop, and then once that fill loop's playing, I can hit the other button to say, oh, next I want you to play the normal loop, and it'll go back to that once I've done that. So yeah, there's quite a lot going on already in this. Can I get my arrows back? Have you forgotten how to do this? No, I'm pushing arrows on hitting the keyboard. No, it's forgotten how to do it again. Oh, there we go. It's figured it out. Well done, Microsoft. But yeah, so this is the setup at the moment, and that's to play most of the song. I mean, the bits that you aren't going to be able to hear from the recorded version are this melody line that's going in the background when I'm singing, and also I'm not going to have the pitch correction on my voice. So any wrong notes I hit, which are probably going to be plentiful, are just all going to have to be just there. Anyhow, but yeah, I've got this all set up. So as I said, I'll be like start the drum loop, and then I can like push one of the buttons on the keyboard, and it'll start going, boom boom doo doo boom boom doo 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 doo. Then hit another key on the keyboard, doo 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 doo. Then hit another key, doo 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 doo, and then hit another one, doo 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 doo. Then back to the start again. And then once I've done that a bit, I hit the fill button, and it plays the fill, and then I start singing, and I tap the other one to say okay, go back to the normal one, and then tap the one key to go back to or tap another key to go to the starter notes and chords of also notes basically of the bass for the verse, and then I have to remember to turn down thank you very much, Cass. Then I have to remember to turn down the synth part here, because that doesn't play during the verse, and then when it gets to the chorus I have to kind of tap things and turn things back up and whatever again, and that kind of thing, and remember what notes I'm supposed to be pushing and all that kind of thing, and remember what words I'm supposed to be singing. I'm probably going to get the words wrong, probably going to go ha ba 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 sometimes, because I might just forget what oh gosh, here we go. I'll zoom in. There we go. Yeah, so this is kind of the way it's set up here. You can see different routings, things of here. So you can see these two route out to these two tracks, and you can see because it's got the blue bar on the side here saying these got inputs going into them, the yellow bar saying it's got outputs going in, or sends and receives, as the lingo is, and stuff like this. And yeah, so it's this is a rather simple kind of live setup. I mean, I imagine, as I said, people who do things professionally like this would have much more complicated setups, but I mean, I suppose for somebody who doesn't use this kind of thing, as I do to make music and things like this may all seem rather complicated to look at. Even people who do music and stuff like that, oh, I understand that and that, will go, oh my gosh, this is a bit too deep, this is definitely too deep for me, and whatever. But yeah, I didn't write the code. You just load up the presets to do these specific things, because you might not want them on every instrument you have, but you can load them in to do them on the ones you need them to do them on. But yeah, so it's quite an interesting thing to try and figure out how to do that, but it's fun. Hopefully in the end I managed to perform it well enough and whatever, and if I do get it wrong, then you'll be able to see that. So yeah, I mean, some people might think, oh, you set it all up so it automatically does this and that, so you're basically not playing anything at all. But I trust me, if I get it wrong, you'll know. It's that good. But yeah, hopefully I'll practice it enough so that the mistakes are minimal. But we'll have to see what it's like. So that was that thing here. So I will arrange to do that when people are available and when I'm feeling okay to do it. Just an update on my album and stuff like that. I have, recorded, as I said last time, I've recorded most of the things I need. I think I've recorded nearly all I'll need. I'll probably have to record other bits and pieces when I find out that there's bits and pieces that are needed for different areas and stuff like that. But it's gone on from the recording stuff phase now to the mixing stage, which is basically, I've recorded a bunch of stuff and it doesn't necessarily all fit together quite well, because maybe there are things that are crossing over each other, interfering with each other. I need to sort out the loudness of certain areas and certain things. I've mentioned this last time that I mentioned it, but it's like, you also have to sort out the frequencies, so that if you're playing your guitar and you're singing at the same time, that you don't have those frequencies clashing with each other and stuff like that, and stuff like that. And you have to sort out, if people were listening on stereo systems or in headphones or whatever, you can pan things to different directions and basically make sure all the components work well together and are are good components in the first place, and then obviously got to make sure all the songs work well together too, because obviously if you go from one song where it's like this level of volume and whatever, and you go into the next song and then it's this level of volume and whatever, so you got to kind of even things out and stuff like that. And then once you've kind of mix things properly, you might think, okay, this one kind of feels like it's still like lacking something now that I've changed these volumes and EQs and other things around. It's like there's something missing in here, so you've got to figure out what needs to go into that missing area and stuff like that. There's a lot of fiddling around to do, and also you can do extra stuff like giving the extra level of polish at the end. You know, when you've got your full completed track, you can make sure that everything's like even and stuff like that by doing things like putting multi-band compressors and just general compressors over the thing, and tweaking some EQ of the whole track and whatever, and just the level of that, so it's equal with other things. And it's like, yeah, there's a lot to look into, but then obviously you got to make sure you don't do things too much, because otherwise things can sound a bit bad if you do things too much and whatever. But then if you don't do things enough, then it can maybe not sound as polished as some other bits and pieces, and not fit in quite as well. So it's definitely a balancing kind of thing that needs to go on with all that kind of thing. So it's basically, you know, strip the whole track down to just one or two tracks and whatever, see how well they go together, and then kind of like make sure they fit in well together, bring in another one, see how well it fits in, tweak things, arrange things and whatever, and then eventually hopefully the whole track will come together and all bits will not be clashing with other bits. You'll be able to hear the bits you're supposed to be able to hear, and the other bits are supposed to like blend more together will do so, and things like that. It's a lot of consideration. So even though I recorded everything I think I need to record, there's still a lot to work on with that. And yeah, so there is that stuff. And even when all the tracks will be finished, I think what I want to do is make some videos with some lyrics along to them, so people can actually understand what I'm saying and stuff like that. And so I'm going to have some lyrics videos up and stuff like that, and I'll probably get those set up before I actually officially, release the album and first play it, so that I've got them so I can play them on the stream, so when people are hearing them for the first time as well, they can understand the words that I'm saying and singing and stuff like that. So yeah, so I'll have to obviously prepare the everything for that stream and stuff like that, and I'll have to prepare my presentation of it as well, because obviously I said it's a rock opera, so it is kind of like I've got to figure out what kind of like story is kind of running through it, because obviously I've set it up so there's kind of a story running through it. It's a vague story, but there still is kind of a story running through it, and so it's like this is the part of the story where the character's feeling like this, and all this is happening and stuff like that. And so it's yeah, I've got a long way before it's actually ready for viewing and the release party, as it could be, and whatever. But it is coming along and stuff like that, and we're one step closer. As I said, the most of the main recording part is done, and now we're onto the mixing part. So yeah, and as I mentioned last time, my stream anniversary is going to be coming up soon, like in a few weeks or whatever. So if anybody has any ideas of what I could do for that, please let me know. Yeah, so that is all the preamble and stuff like that. You've been looking at this screen for a while now. So this is the charts for, where's my browser? Here it is. This is the charts. Let me just rearrange my windows here so I can see things a little bit better. So yes, as I said, we're going to be looking at this Amiga Format magazine now. Well, in a bit, after we've gone through all the other preamble that I usually go through. But this is issue 41 of December 1992. So in order to put this into context of what was going on in the world when this magazine was released and such like that. We have some various things here, starting off with the official singles chart for the UK from the 6th of December 1992 to the 12th of December 1992, because we already kind of went in, because we got the end of November last time. We went from 29th of November to the 5th of December, and we had I Will Always Love You and Would I Lie to You. I actually watched this back after the stream, and it's like, oh yes, I know that. I thought it was like a cover version that they had done. But I think they're the actual original creators of this song, Charles and Eddie. And so got I Will Always Love You from The Bodyguard with Kevin Costner and sung by Whitney Houston, obviously, who was in the film as well. And Would I Lie to You by Charles and Eddie. That's the Would I Lie to You, Baby, Would I Lie to You, that one. If you don't know it, and if you don't know that, then please do look it up. I put a link in my Discord, but then I put a lot of links because whenever I look at these things, it's like, oh yes, remember this. But this is a kind of almost a classic top 10 going on here. We've got I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston, Would I Lie to You by Charles and Eddie, a Michael Jackson song. We got Temptation, which by Heaven 17. I don't know if I had or hadn't actually retained the name of the band who did this in my head, but this is actually a song which you may know, which was the da 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 Temptation one. I don't know the lyrics too well, but I know it says temptation in it. But yeah, it's a pretty good song, whatever. Outer Space by The Prodigy, another famous one. End of the Road, Boyz II Men, some other ones here. And you got People Every Day by Arrested Development. Yeah, it's a pretty good one. So I linked that in my Discord as well. I understand I put a lot of things in my Discord, so I don't imagine that a lot of people would have looked at everything, but this one is a pretty good one. But yeah, People Every Day by Arrested Development, another good one here. Tellingly, it's got the album that it shows it's on is Now. That's what I call 1992. Oh dear. Anyhow, that was the lineup as we left it last time, and now going into the next thing here, we still have Whitney Houston at the top. We have Michael Jackson climbing up, and Charles and Eddie basically switching places with Michael Jackson here. Oh, we got Slam Jam by the WWF Superstars. Oh gosh. I gotta have a bit of more of a look at this. We have Slam Jam. Weeks number 10, weeks on chart 9. That's impressive, really. But yeah, can we get a better view of this image here? No, this is just not gonna do it. If I zoom in, it's gonna be a bit. Oh no, it's broke it. It's broke it, everybody. Well done, Edge. That's exactly what I wanted to do. But oh gosh, it's tiny. But these are the WWF Superstars, which were participating in Slam Jam. I recognize them as people who do wrestling, but I couldn't tell you exactly who they were and such like that. But I'm sure people will look that up and enjoy. Oh, we have here Could It Be Magic by Take That. That's one I know. I remember. Deeper and Deeper by Madonna, not familiar with that. Freddie Mercury, In My Defense, not so familiar with that myself. What else do we have? 1 in 10 by 808 State and UB40. Okay, well, I've heard of both of them. Obviously, I think a lot of people would have heard of UB40. So yeah, what else do we have? Gloria Estefan, Miami Hit Mix. Okay. So we have them there. We also have KWS featuring The Tramps, Hold Back the Night. I may know it, I may not. In Bloom by Nirvana. So this is one I do know. But this is not when I got into them or whatever. Because as I said, I kind of got into them a bit late, really. But yeah, anyhow, we've got CC Peniston here. I recognise the name, but I don't know the song. Alternate, recognise the name, don't know the song. Danny Minogue, once again. Secret Life, don't know. Network, Broken Wings, is it that? Is it the song I'm thinking of? It possibly is. Take these broken wings and then to fly, or whatever the actual lyrics are of that. Is it that one? Anyway, there's that. We have Michael Ball on here as well. Sinead O'Connor, Don't Cry For Me, Argentina. Okay, Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. Oh gosh, that's the name, isn't it? Marky Mark and the Funky Punch. You gotta believe. I'm thinking that's not the one from Parappa the Rapper. You know, most important, you gotta believe what you gonna do when they come. Yeah, I like that song. Anyhow, we have Bjorn again, which I think is like an ABBA cover band. For some reason, doing Santa Claus is Coming to Town. There we are. Left Field. Gosh, I think I know the name. I'm not quite sure how I know what song I know by them. Co-Rowan Tarlissa, because the night, not familiar. There, Jesus Loves You by Sweet Toxic Love. Oh, gosh. Interesting. What do we got next here? Nick Cave and Shane McGowan. What a Wonderful World. That's a combination right there, isn't it? That's a combination right there. Nick Cave, the song I know by Nick Cave was the one he did with Kylie Minogue, which was quite a dark song. Shane McGowan, was he known mostly kind of like for folk songs, I suppose, in a way, or Irish folk songs and stuff like that, or that kind of like genre in general. What a Wonderful World as well. It's like I wouldn't picture these two people. But then that's probably the point of the whole thing, really. And Reese Project, I believe. Gosh, yeah, not familiar with that one either. But anyway, that was that week. Going to the next week, we're going to be able to see which song was the Christmas #1. Will it be Whitney Houston? Or will Michael Jackson be able to push the way onto the top of the charts? If you don't know, the Christmas #1 is generally a thing which, you know, it's what song was #1 during Christmas. The UK has a tradition of, you know, just noting that. Whatever, we've got the Shaman Forever People. Don't really know that one. What else do we have coming into the charts here? Lisa Stansfield, Someday I'm Coming Back. The Wedding Present, No Christmas, East Side Beat, Alive and Kicking, Slipstream, We Are Raving. The anthem. That is, yeah, We Are Raving. That's just a good thing. Oh, Nirvana's creeping up the charts from 40 to 28 here. SL2, Way in My Brain and Drum Beats. Yeah, if I don't say I don't know who these are, then I probably don't know who they are. Boys to Men, yeah, do you know Boys to Men? Motown Philly, I think I might have heard that as well, but it's not one of the ones that I probably would have heard at the time. Criss Cross, It's a Shame. Certain People I Know by Morrissey as well here. Mike Oldfield, Tattoo from Tubular Bells, it looks like. There we go. Disposable Heroes of Hypocrisy. Television, the Drug of the Nation. Wow, those are titles, aren't they? Louie Louie with The Thought of It. Okay, I know a song called Louie Louie, but, you know, don't know the band. We have Uncanny Alliance, I Got My Education, not familiar as well. The Brand New Heavies, I have heard of the Brand New Heavies. Stay This Way, don't know if I know that song though. Shy, If I Ever Fall in Love. I don't know, it's kind of slightly ringing a bell, but I might be thinking of a different song. Alvin and the Chipmunks with Billy Ray Cyrus. Oh dear. I wonder if it... Excuse me. I wonder if it's actually with Billy Ray Cyrus, or they just had to put that there because they were obviously singing the song. But yes, can you imagine Alvin and the Chipmunks singing Achy Breaky Heart? Oh gosh. Firehouse When I Look Into Your Eyes, Darling Love, All Alone on Christmas. So we're getting the Christmas songs coming in here now. Suzanne Vega, Blood Makes Noise. Oh my word, that's quite a title. East 17 with Gold, coming back in as a reissue. The Ramones, Poison Heart. I think... Isn't this a bit late for when the Ramones, you know, would have usually been charting and stuff like that? I don't know. Anyhow, we're going to find out what the Christmas number one was in December of 1992. Apparently, it was, if I click the button correctly, I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston. And it's kind of like slightly predictable, really. How long was it actually on the top of the chart for? Weeks on chart, 32 weeks on chart. Weeks number one, 10 weeks at number one. Wow. I mean, that's what you wanted back then, really, wasn't it? Your song to be at the top for as long as possible and stay on the charts and linger and stuff like that. It is a pretty good song as well, yeah. Let us see, what else do we have coming in? So, yeah, these ones didn't get the Christmas number one, but I don't know, it didn't seem like much was released around here. Oh, Michael Bolton, though, Drift Away. Here... what else do we have? Yeah, not much released around Christmas, it doesn't look like. Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog nearly falling off the chart here. Oh, they've gone back up from 40, though. So yeah, people really feeling Sonic around that time. You cannot buy or listen to Sonic from this page. Though, yeah, when I did listen to it. When it says featuring Sonic the Hedgehog, as Chaos was saying after they had listened to it, it only vaguely features Sonic the Hedgehog. I think there's a bit of the Green Hill theme in there, and not much else. Not much else at all. But yeah, they didn't release very much around Christmas because it was all about what's going to be Christmas number one, and basically anything else doesn't really have much of a chance. But Rappination and Kim Mazel tried to get the Christmas number one with Love Me the Right Way, getting in there just as soon as possible. Love Me the Right Way. That also seems like a familiar title as well, but I don't know if I actually know it and whatever. And we've got Sauce and Nicole, Rock the House, Hard Floor, Hard Trance, Acperience? What the heck? What, Asperience? I don't know. If I Can Dream by Michael Ball comes in here. If You Ask Me To by Celine Dion, trying to get in there. But no, not even on a reissue. Celine, Lionel Richie trying again, but no. So there we go. That was Christmas number one, Whitney Houston. Then we have one more week left of December of 1992, going slightly into 1993 here, but obviously Whitney Houston still grabbing that top spot there. And what else do we have? Do we have anything new coming into the charts in the end of the year or the start of the next one here? Yeah, I gotta listen to this later on. 808 State and UB40, not two groups which I thought would go together, but I will have to listen to it and find out. We have this, which just in case it's an appropriated name, I'm not going to say it out loud. The Farm, Love See No Colour, 1993. Okay, so a re-release, or I guess it's a re-release because it's not. Because if it was a cover, they wouldn't have put it in brackets necessarily there, would they? What else do we have? KWS, Can't Get Enough of Your Love. I think they were somewhere else on the charts, weren't they, as well? What else do we have coming up here? We have Tasman Archer, Sleeping Satellite, not familiar with that either. Daniel O'Donnell, Three Bells, nope. Bizarre Inc, I'm Gonna Get You, featuring Andy Brown. And Bob Marley and the Wailers, Why Should I, in Exodus. Yeah, I don't really know too many Bob Marley songs, so I don't know those two as far as I know. But yeah, there we go. That's the end of 1992 here in the charts. That is what we've got. I also wanted to say, one of the people who popped up in the previous stream, I did kind of say, oh, do I recognise that person's name? I think they were like further down the chart and stuff like that. Though I can't remember exactly what their name was at the moment. Here, Craig McLachlan. I think he was another actor on Neighbours as well, with Kylie Minogue and Jason Donovan. Also, obviously, Kylie Minogue and Jason Donovan did a lot better than Craig McLachlan here. If you haven't heard anything, I mean, I had heard this song before, Mona. That's possibly, I imagine, one of his more known songs. Oh, we've got Grease everywhere. Grease as well here. But yeah, I think one of his most known songs is probably going to be Mona here. Yeah, weeks on chart 11 here, and the rest of them not doing so great. Peak position number 2. So yeah, I'm guessing this one's going to be the one that people might know more than anything from him. It's like, hey Mona, ooh Mona. That one, if you do know it. But yes, anyhow. Going on, December, what's happening in the world in December of 1992? We have a lot of things which I'm probably not going to read out, but you can see on the screen here if you wish to get an idea of what was going on. Of course, the Prince and Princess of Wales publicly announced their separation. That's one of the more positive things that's happening in the world. You can see how things are going. There. What else do we have? Gosh, nothing. This looks very, very good at all, does it? Ah, dear. Yeah, well. And we have dates unknown of this year, which we might as well look at now, since this is the last time we'll be looking at 1992 with these Amiga magazines. We have a bunch of other things. Oh, look, a socialist market economy in China. Chaos will be happy about that. And we have, in terms of units sold, compact discs outsell audio cassettes for the first time in the United States during 1992. So, yeah, there we go. Who was born in December of 1992 that we might know about? We have... I think nobody I know. Yeah, so once again, people born... like, apparently they're notable enough to have Wikipedia pages, but I am not aware of them. But yeah, so here we go. Going on to now the next thing here. December 1992 news in the United Kingdom. Yeah, still we're gonna skip over quite a lot of things going on here. Oh yes. Oh dear. Well, let me just highlight that and not say it. But yep, a lot of stuff happening here in the world around when this was. Gosh, yep. Here we go. 10 television, TVS, TWS, and TVAM broadcast for the last time. Oracle Teletext services discontinued on ITV and Channel 4 to be replaced by a new service operated by Teletext Limited. Having launched in ITV in 1974 and used by Channel 4 since its inception in 1982. So, yeah, a lot of things that we won't actually be mentioning here. Oh, and kind of leading into the other point that was made here. Most leading retailers, including WH Smith, withdraw vinyl records from stock due to sharp decline in sales brought on by the rising popularity of compact discs and audio cassettes. So that was just 1992, which you might imagine it would have been earlier than that. But publications during 1992, we have Mostly Harmless by Douglas Adams, Terry Pratchett's Discworld novels, Small Gods, Lords and Ladies, and his Johnny Maxwell. Only you can see them. My word. I mean, I knew Terry Pratchett was prolific, but this just nails it in there, doesn't it? Really, how much he actually did. Gosh, two Discworld novels and a Johnny Maxwell one as well. I mean, Terry Pratchett was a beast to be reckoned with, really, wasn't he? But yeah, in the United Kingdom then, anybody born that I might know, obviously we kind of came into some of this stuff. Nope, I don't think I know. Apparently this person was a member of Little Mix. Jade Thirlwall there. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know a lot. Terry Gnu indeed. So the 1992 in British television, we have Noddy's Toyland Adventures begins airing in Nambia and on NBC. I am guessing because it has some kind of link. Yeah, British television programme, so it's kind of got a tenuous link, but it just says in British television, but not in UK television, or television in the UK. So I guess that makes some kind of sense that they'll be doing that. Here, BBC One shows the network television premiere of Ted Kotcheff's Black Comedy Weekend at Bernie's. Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends. There's another TV3 thing, which was... okay, another TV3. What's TV3? Malaysian. Yeah, Malaysian. So sometimes it mentions Malaysian things as well. A lot of other things here going on. Beatrix Potter's children's stories are shown in an animated series, The World of Peter Rabbit and Friends. I wonder if it shows, was it Peter Rabbit's or father beating him with a switch. ITV airs the 1988 film Buster. Why is this notable in 1992? Maybe it was the first one, but it doesn't say the first. It doesn't say the premiere, so why is it notable? I mean, it was around about Christmas, so Christmas Day highlights include the network television premieres of Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade and Shirley Valentine. Gosh, I think I remember this being... This in particular, why I remember this, but yeah, Willie Russell. Gosh, what else did they do? Is it just Shirley Valentine that I know of by them? Anyhow, but yes, because this is the Christmas they would have been, playing WizKid, as I said. I mean, you've seen photos in previous streams of me playing WizKid pretty much probably on Christmas Day. And yeah, since I was playing WizKid and whatever, and probably doing that in that little corner with the Amiga and stuff like that, and my parents just put things on TV, and I think this is one of the things that was on TV. Gosh, it's amazing what you remember sometimes, isn't it? Anyhow, Christmas Day schedule includes highlights of the Freddie Mercury tribute concert that was held in April. BBC One airs the network television premiere When Harry Met Sally. That's very famous for at least one particular scene. Joan Hickson makes her final appearance as Miss Marple in the BBC One TV series. This is one for Starly, with a feature-length adaptation of The Mirror Cracked from Side to Side. You've probably watched that one, Starly, haven't you? And this was when it was broadcast, and it was the last one with Joan Hickson, who was this Miss Marple. There we go. Joan Bogle Hickson. That's a great name, isn't it? Wow. Born 1906. Gosh. Oh, gosh. It's zoomed in on this one as well. You have, and it's a good one. That's good to know. The 1000th episode of Home and Away. If you don't know, Home and Away is a television soap made in Australia, and it was very popular. I don't know if it still is, but along with Neighbours, it was very popular here in the UK. Oh, BBC Two airs Unplugged by Eric Clapton. There. First network television showing of Gorillas in the Mist. Sky stops broadcasting via the Marco Polo satellite. And other stuff going on here. Interesting kind of thing here. Sir Michael Bishop succeeds Sir Richard Attenborough as chairman of Channel 4. I never knew he was. But apparently he was at some point the chairman of Channel 4. There. And yeah, so we can go through here what was debuted. Yeah, we can have already seen some of this here on BBC Two. We got yeah, Absolutely Fabulous, we mentioned that before. We had what coming in here, yeah, Games Master at the start of the year, starting up. We saw that in some things. Bad Influence as well. Gladiators, the UK version of Gladiators. There doesn't have any good good pictures of the actual UK Gladiators. It doesn't. How does it not? Ah, gosh. A Touch of Frost. I mean, I don't know if you're into. I mean, it's a detective thing. Are you into that? Starly there. But we have that as well. Yeah, and as I've mentioned before, The Big Breakfast came in during this year. Yeah, so there we go. New channels. That's the adult channel. There we go. changes of network affiliation. Oh gosh. The Magic Roundabout, Paddington, the Wombles. My word, if you don't know the Wombles and the Magic Roundabout, I mean, people outside the UK have probably heard of the Magic Roundabout and no doubt Paddington. The Wombles, I don't know how the Wombles, how much the Wombles have gone. I don't have any pictures of any Wombles. Gosh, Wombles, come on, where are the Wombles? Here are some Wombles. That's a Womble. That's Bungo, the Womble. Tidying up an early recycling and keeping the country clean message to kids going on there with the Wombles. Talked about the Wombles the other day. Cool. So yeah, and the Herbs, I think I have heard of them, but it's kind of like an old, from 1968. They're pretty good. They're like Captain Planet, but British in a way. Anyway, they went from BBC One to Channel 4, and then University Challenge, Stingray and the Dreamstone went from ITV to BBC Two. If you don't know Stingray, that was one of the Jerry Anderson, wasn't it? Yeah, Jerry and Sylvia Anderson. Super Mario Nation, which I always thought was a good title for one of the Mario games, but they never got Super Mario Nation. Anyhow, but Stingray was, as I said, the Super Mario Nation was like puppets and I don't know. It was a style of television film produced by puppets. But yeah, it's something to do with puppets, but more fancy puppets and stuff like that. Because when the UK was kind of doing when the US was kind of doing like Muppets and things like that. Or I suppose, British children's. There we go. We were doing Super Mario Nation. Yeah, I think so. But yeah, Stingray. It's like, why do they not have any really good things here? I mean, you've got some kind of pictures of the puppets here and the ships and things like that. So it's more diverse puppetry going on, stuff like that. Yeah. Oh gosh, no, I don't want to do that. Don't do that. But yeah, so there is all of that. Anyhow, moving on, because some people may not know British TV, but they may know American TV. So let's have a look and see what was happening in December of this year in American TV. Well, The Young and the Restless broadcast its 5,000th episode. A celebration of this, a Young and Restless theme showcase is presented on The Price is Right. Is that like another soap opera kind of thing? Yeah, another soap opera thing. What else do we have down here in December? I don't know those ones. Apparently Ben Stiller had a TV show. There we go. Premieres, we have Goof Troop premiering in this year. Tiny Toon Adventures, wow. But then it says 1990, so to 1992 because it was cancelled. That's what it's saying. Yes, ending this year. So so Goof Troop was ending this year, and so was Tiny Toon Adventures and Back to the Future, the animated series. I don't know if I ever saw that. But there we go. That ended around then. Plucky Duck Show was only 1992 it started, I think that is. Yeah, look, debut 1992. What was this from way back? Candid Camera. Wow, went from 1948 to 1992. And any other ones? But yeah, this one didn't last too long, the Plucky Duck Show. Wasn't that like a spin-off from Tiny Toon Adventures? Entering syndication this year, we have those ones there. Changes of network affiliation, because obviously one shows aired new episode on different networks. They went from syndication to Fox Kids apparently, and then it got cancelled. Oh gosh. And yeah, this is when the I don't think this is when the obsession started, but it's certainly, this is roughly when the obsession started, and still goes on today. And I don't understand it, but some people are just obsessed. There we go. Here's some TV stations, I think that is. Whatever. Births in what do you call it? American television. During December, we have these people who I don't know. Oh gosh. Well, there we go. There's all that. 1992 in video games. How did we end out the year in video games? What is this? United States. We have Mortal Kombat, Lethal Enforcers, Virtua Racing, The Art of Fighting. A lot of what do you call them? Hitting people games in there. December of here we have Final Fantasy V on the SNES. There we go. What else do we have here? In the United Kingdom we have Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Best-selling there. United States we have Sonic the Hedgehog 2, of course, here. A bunch of other things like for these have stayed fairly consistent. We've got Air Zonk, Super Mario Land 2, and Batman Returns at the end here. What have we got here? December, yeah. Game rentals. We have Tecmo, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, surprisingly. NCAA basketball. Where's Zool? Where's Zool on all this? Oh gosh, that really shows you everything there, really, doesn't it? Yeah, I think that's basically. Where's December? Goes down to June. They do this fancy tables in here, and then it's just like, oh no, don't worry about the fancy tables. Doesn't matter now. We have June 2, Mega Man 5 released in Japan, or Rockman as it would have been then, wouldn't it? And then released in the US as well on December the 15th, so about a couple of weeks apart roughly. Fatal Fury on the Neo Geo. So yeah, there we go. And I thought, since we're ending out the year, we shall see what happened in 1992 in science. Because we're all interested in science here, I'm sure. But what yes. Oh, Pope John Paul II issues an apology and lists the edict of the Inquisition against Galileo Galilei. There we go. Richard Dawkins' Viruses of the Mind, or Voltaire lecture of Viruses of the Mind, describing religion, the belief in God, as a parasitic mimetic virus that infects human minds. Of course he would. Of course he would. Bunch of other stuff happening here. Ooh, yeah, something I'm definitely not gonna. Okay, the IBM Simon, a touchscreen mobile phone and personal digital assistant, considered the first smartphone, is introduced, and it looked a bit like this. Oh gosh, look at that. We're gonna get more of a look at this unit right here. It's first smartphone, apparently. Designed by IBM. The first text message is sent. The text message reads, "Merry Christmas." Okay. There we go. Oh, here we have some other people. Unfortunately, they're deaths, but it's in astronomy, so you can imagine a lot of deaths in astronomy, really. But Isaac Asimov was died in April 6th of that year, and we have who's this? Jan Ort, who of the Oort Cloud, or of Oort Cloud fame, is that? Is that right? Yes, the Oort Cloud, and a bunch of other things were named after him. So yeah, Dutch astronomer. Yep. Oort Cloud is just a bunch of debris. Yes, from planets which either got broken up or didn't form or whatever outside of the solar system. Mostly, I think. I think 1, 2, 3. Don't know where Pluto is involved in this whole thing here. Oh gosh, I didn't want to do that. But oh gosh, But yeah, the Orc Cloud is out here. Voyager 1 is apparently, or was apparently out here. Alpha Centauri, this is going out quite a long way. Yes, it's very logarithmic or whatever scale going on here. But yeah, it's obviously not quite to scale. We're not that close to Mars there. But yes. Oh, look, we're 1 astronomical unit, is that? These astronomical units. Yes, astronomical units. Oh, look, Earth is 1 astronomical unit out from the sun. Who would ever have pictured us to be so Earth-centric, really? Anyhow, but yes, this is what the Oort cloud is, and that's from this person, Jan Oort. So there we go. That. Now that we've been through all of that, we can look. That's a setting. That's setting the scene for what. When this magazine was published. Quite a lot happening in the world at that time. An Amiga Format, your essential Christmas or Xmas Amiga gifts guide inside, and yeah, the cover disc we're not going to have too much of a look at this time because we have, wow, a word processing program. I don't think I can. I've looked at, I think maybe 1 or 2 word processors before. I can't keep looking at word processors. It's a word processor. It was 35 quid, but you can get it free on the front. Oh, please note, this version does not include dictionary and thesaurus. So yeah, you get a cut down version of the Scribble, but it's a full-blown word processor. But yeah, so I won't be looking at the word processor. And look, there's WordWorth too, the top word processor in a new version. Yeah, so we won't be looking at the 2 word processors. Oh gosh, it's the Christmas issue, people. 2 word processors. We have a Nigel Mansell racing game here and some other stuff which is generally not that interesting. But don't miss, wow, don't miss this 2 new Amigas, the A1200 finally revealed and the A4000 reviewed as well. So we can have a look at those when they come up here. I got the same kind of advert as before here. Catalogue of Joy. What's this? Can't think of what to get for yourself or even for friends and family this year? Have a look through our lovingly crafted and just a little tongue-in-cheek catalogue of all that is good for the Amiga. What is that? I am not familiar with it. We'll have to find out. Virus explained? Oh gosh. Dear me. But I think they mean computer viruses, but still. Oof. BC Kid. There we go. They look like this. BC Kid. It does look a bit like the Bonk from Bonk's Adventure. Maybe it is, and they had to change the name here because obviously Bonk means something else. But there we go. Oh, it's Ubisoft and Hudson Soft as well there. But yes, on the cover disc, and we're only going to have a brief look at stuff in here. Look, antivirus software. Isn't that thrilling to look at on stream? So yeah, we have antivirus software. We have, gosh, even more, a virus checker. You can even install it on your hard drive if you wish. I mentioned this since it's going past. People probably already know. Bonk was released as BC Kid. Yes, well, you can imagine why. But yeah, if people don't know, HMV stands for His Master's Voice. The master, or his in this instance, is the dog here, listening to his master's voice on the gramophone or record player here. So that's why it's called HMV, or His Master's Voice, and stuff like that, because the dog is listening to his master's voice on there. Yeah, there we go. Bunch of stuff in HMV. Look, £5 off any Amiga game costing £25 or more. So, you know, it's just like, give us 20 quid. That's basically what it is. It's like, hi, we're offering a chance for you to give us £20 or more. What is this? Rat-a-tat-a-tat-a, war, and then and peace. So these are 2 different printers, I'm guessing here. Yeah, 9-pin narrow carriage. That would have made noise. 24-pin. These are the dot matrix printers, aren't they? So they would have made noise because they're pins literally slamming against paper. But, yeah. Why soldier on with a noisy printer when you can find peace, perfect peace with the Panasonic Quiet printer? The printer that's not only quieter than many inkjets. Indeed. Measured only 3.5 decibels. Not quite sure what that is. Louder than the official rating for a quiet office. In fact, you can hold a telephone conversation while it's printing right next to you. It's like, yeah, hello. I'd like to call about this thing. Yes, that's my print in the background. It's whisper quiet, isn't it? Or something like that. But still, it's impressive that they got a dot matrix printer or a pin printer, however they would mention or describe it. They might impressive if they got it that quiet, but yeah, it is literally prints by slamming pins against the paper to transfer the ink. So anyway, but what we do have on here, which we might be having a look at, or will be having a look at, is Nigel Mansell's World Championship demo in here. 5 ways to win. Good idea to swerve violently at speed to overtake groups of cars. You always go faster when you're on the track than off it. Oh dear. Never go in the pit lane by mistake. You will slow right down. Wow! Gosh! I mean, I'm not going to read out the caption, but wow, that caption. Wow! And yes, this is the word processor, and this is the other word processor. We're going to go back to these other adverts. Meow, indeed. But yeah, gosh, and Crystal Kingdom, Dizzy here, but then we go on to other stuff, which is not on the cover disc. So, as you can imagine, most of this stuff on the cover disc we're not going to be looking at, but we can have a look at this Nigel Mansell one here. And I've already prepared things over here so that we can have a look at them, because yes, this is the scribble disk. If I load this up here, we can see there's the word processor thing here. We can install it to the hard drive. We've got the Wordworth, which was the other one as well, and on the other cover disk we have Nigel Mansell, an antivirus thing, which obviously at the time would have been a good thing to have, but you know, looking back on things, gosh, look at the effort that went into this. I mean, on other things, you've got the scroll and unfurls the scroll. On what's it, Scribble here, we've got something, you know, very fancy here. We've got like the quill and the ink pot, and then it says Scribble on it. Verify, I mean, that doesn't do too much. Wordworth does the actual icon. Yeah, Wordworth icon. It doesn't do much, but it's got a... Is that the Vitruvian Man? I don't know. I don't think it quite is, but it's certainly trying to invoke that there, I think. But yeah, Nigel Mansell, game demo. Nigel Mansell, game demo. Nigel Mansell, game demo. Nigel Mansell, game demo. Let's have a look at the Nigel Mansell game demo. Doing the super speed to load it up. Super speed being about 200%. So not super speed. But here we go. We got a nice little globe spinning around here. Nigel Mansell's World Championship. Nigel Mansell being known as a Formula 1 driver here in the UK. So I got this wrong when I was doing a test. I mean, obviously you didn't see the test because I was testing before, just to make sure that it actually worked. Escape quit to DOS. Well, I suppose that could actually work here. Yep, there we do. They call it DOS, but it's, you know, the Amiga workbench or whatever here. Space toggle, full race panel. Okay, but then we have demo and race. Demo basically just automatically plays it for you. And then race, obviously, is what I really want to go for, so I can actually drive myself. Here we go. Brum, 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 brum. Go! Oh, gosh. I think it's auto-changing my gears. Gosh, this is a little difficult. Because of the low frame rate. Oh gosh, oh no. What did those signs say? Oh, hello, car. Oh no, there's a tunnel. There's a tunnel. It says Lotus 3 on it. Of course, advertising another game inside this game. Oh dear, watch out. Oh gosh, it's a hairpin, would it be? Oh gosh, get out of the way. So I don't know which track this is. If anybody knows their Formula 1 tracks, does it look familiar in any way? Five frames per second, news indeed. And hello, Fidgety there. I don't think I've seen you around for a little while, so hello. If I was taking a guess, I'd say this is Silverstone, because I kind of looked at the maps of Silverstone for this stream before, and parts of this look similar to that. I know, hello Destroyer as well. We're racing with Nigel Mansell here, apparently. I think Nigel Mansell actually did a lot better than I'm doing here. Gosh, oh no. Why would it turn like that? I mean, I could look at the map and see where I am and see what bends are coming up, but I mean, that would only be sensible. Okay, we've got a straightaway. Oh no, this is the pit. I think this is the pit. I don't want to be in the pit. Or it's not the pit. I don't know. I think it might have been the pit, but anyway, we have a straight here, going as fast as we can, and then we've got a corner coming up. Okay. Oh gosh, no, we've gone into the grass, everybody. Not a great place to be racing. We've got a little bit of a straight here. We've got a rather sharp-ish turn coming up. Okay, into there. And another turn over here. Oh gosh, no, we're off, everybody. Yeah, it doesn't really punish you for going too fast into the corners. I got a bit of a straight here, but then it kind of goes, oh, okay, I wasn't expecting it to go that way. Okay, and then we go turn, and then full speed. Oh no, don't go onto there. Full speed down here. Hey. Oh, that's the end of the race. Okay, so Nigel Mansell didn't do too good. We have Michael Schumacher at the top there. That's the name I kind of got wrong on the last stream as well. I said Joel Schumacher instead of Michael Schumacher. So, obviously different people. But yeah, you got a bunch of other people here, which people who know Formula 1 racing around the 90s would be familiar with. But yeah, these apparently it was the Amiga Format track. But yeah, so that's that game. That's pretty much the only thing we can really look at from from this magazine, because it's all word processors and virus checkers and things like that. So not very interesting to stream. But yeah, here we go. So what have we got here? Did it say anything about what kind of course this might be? I can't easily see on here if it's saying. I'm just scanning over things, so if I miss something, it's understandable. But yeah, I can't see anything about it saying what particular course that might be. Let me just switch over to, oh gosh no, this one here. Whatever it is my fault. Oh dear. Let's have a look at this. No, I don't want to look at that. I want to look at this here. So, I mean, I think it kind of slightly is like Silverstone. Because if we go back now to the browser window, see, this is Silverstone, so it's very much like Silverstone. This is the map. Oh gosh, up here. So you got the straight, and then you kind of got a bendy bit straight, and then bendy bit and straight. So yeah, straight here, bend a bit straight, bend a bit straight. So kind of like some of these bits have been added later on, so people couldn't go quite so fast and whatever. But I think this is kind of like it's kind of going down here, and then up here, and then kind of a bend around here, and then back, and then quite a sharp bend around here. So yeah, bend back and sharp bend. It's similar, but it's not quite the same. And wiggly stuffs. And I'm stealing your F1 brand already. Well, that is the way it goes. And I have a follow. Thank you very much for the follow there. So there we go. Let me just flick some things around here. So that is that. So this is loosely based on Silverstone, I think, there. But yeah, other things on here, just word processors. I mean, you can kind of get the idea. You type text into a thing, and it looks a bit like this. People know what word processors are now. They're not very necessarily interesting to look at. But we have the finest role-playing adventures in history. The Running Pup. Oh, that was one of the animations that was on one of the cover discs, and I just liked it so much I just fancied cutting it out and putting it on the stream. It helps especially in this kind of thing, because that's the only thing that's moving on the screen at the moment, so you know that your stream hasn't frozen or anything like that. But yes, I liked the pup, and it was on one of the previous Amiga magazines. I just wanted to keep it on the screen. So we have room AD 92. Indeed. I don't think this is a general path of which anybody would have taken in Rome. But let's see. This is what it looks like here. I mean, this looks fairly Egyptian, to be quite honest. But, oh, Daughter of Serpents, my word. Rumours of an ancient document of awesome power, a strange murder at a dockside. You check into your hotel, the desk clerk hands you a note, and you are drawn into a mystery of menacing proportions. Your contacts, Cook's Guide, and Alexandria map will guide you to unlock the secrets of a perilous, long-forgotten evil, but with courage and skill you may ultimately triumph. November on the PC, March 1993 on the Amiga. So yeah, Daughter of Serpents, interesting. Very, very good makeup right there. Got some good style going on there, and a blurry JPEG'd scan there. But indeed there are snakes. Yeah. Even more snakes up here. And this person doing a YMCA over there. Oh no. Better graphics, better sound, better software, better get one. CDTV. Oh dear. Amiga, I mean, Commodore. Anyhow, yeah, more word processing going on. This is a bit more bare bones than the other word processor, as you can kind of see here. Beep! It has a beep function. Always good to have your beep functions, but yeah, pretty simple. Hardly even a word processor, more like a text editor, really. But there we go. Auto-modded. Please bite them. What even? Sex-based? What? Let me allow that. Add permitted term, bite them snake. What? Twitch. Twitch. What are you doing, Twitch? Oh. Well, we know what Twitch likes now, don't we? You know, those people at Twitch are some kinky folks. Indeed. Twitch is some very kinky folks. But anyhow, Crystal King and Dizzy even got a free poster with it. You might have even seen that free Dizzy stickers. Oh my gosh, I would have loved some Dizzy stickers. But yeah, here we go. What have we got here? What are they trying to push in on Special Reserve? The Christmas issue of Amiga Format. Yeah, I can imagine these would have sold fairly well and stuff like that. Yeah, anything else that's interesting? Peripherals down here. Some more flight sticks and other joysticks and the trackball down there. Not much new, but we have the new Amiga 600 packs, which are the Wild, Weird and Wicked pack. And the Epic pack, which apparently I got wrong last time because I thought there's like two different ones, but the Epic pack and the Language Learners pack thing. Here you go, yeah, the Language Lab is what it's called. I'm going to point out the Language Lab here. Apparently, if you turn the box around, it would have the Language Lab things on here. So the box that had the flags and stuff would basically the back of this box here. So you know, it's like, oh no, parents, please buy this version because even though it has games, you know, that'll lure the kids in, it also has this Language Lab and Trivial Pursuit as well in it. So you know, you hook the kids into the learning and stuff like that. But yeah, it's a Lemmings pack, $299.99. I think last time they just didn't bother with the CD-TV, did they? If the CD-TV isn't here, it's in like the small text somewhere around here. But gosh, I mean, yeah. Oh dear. But yes, there's a new Amiga 1200. What did the Amiga 1200 have? We've run a bit of an emulator of this before, but it has fast Motorola's 68020 processor, 32-bit, not 16-bit machine, wow. 2 megabytes of RAM built in, AA or AGA chipset, that's the advanced graphics architecture. 24-bit, wow, that's a lot of colours, 16 million colour palette there, 256 colour VGA style game screens, a numeric keypad. Gosh, this is a feature. Well, the A600 didn't have the numeric keypad, so it is kind of only 3,000 of them were shipped to the UK before Christmas. So yeah, where's the software? So yeah, Zool, of course. Zool's multicolour backgrounds will be enhanced in the A1200 game version. So we did see this because obviously in just the normal Amiga versions, you just got these this rainbow effect or the copper effect as, or the effect using the copper chip there. So, but yeah, it had more colourful backgrounds here. Cool World. So yeah, Oceans 3 A1200 game releases will be Lethal Weapon, Cool World, and WWF2. D-Paint 4 almost had to be extended to utilise the new graphic capability. Whatever. Almost had to. They didn't have to. Did it say? If it does say about it in here, I can't see it. But yes. Zool and Putty are being converted to 256 colour versions. Smoother scrolling, indeed. Yeah, and there's your workbench kitted out with all your stuff. You really need your clock right on the desktop there, and stuff and other things. Just basically opened up all their windows they could and stuck them there to say, look, this is what the Amiga is capable of. You don't want to know what the Amiga is capable of. Have you got what it takes? This is apparently intelligent advertising. What exactly is going on here? What are these? It's like a western, but with alien creatures. What is this from? There's an TV ad campaign as well. Suitably aspirational TV ads with a Terminator-like robot. Aspirational TV ads, Terminator-like robot. Yes, I've always wanted to be a Terminator. I just haven't aspired hard enough to be one. While children are the decision makers, it's the parents who hold the purse strings. Dear. So the last below is a leaflet on buying a home computer, which will be freely available to technology-intimidated parents in high street shops. While giving impartial explanations and advice, it will be clearly branded with the Amiga name. Clever stuff indeed, and maybe, I don't know, it seems like it should be illegal, really. But yeah, we'll get to whatever you might have seen at the bottom there in a bit. But we have immerse yourself in the legend of Kyrandia. Enter a land where magic is real. I'm already there. Anyhow, but this is somebody with some kind of magic fairy, and looks like a point and click kind of thing going on, doesn't it? Somebody's frozen here. It's a point and click, but it's kind of reminded me slightly of Dizzy as well, so, you know. But anyway. Oh, chaos. I think I found some joysticks for you. We have an alien shaped joystick, which must be super comfortable. We have a Bart Simpson joystick. We also have a Terminator 2 head joystick. I can't imagine that's easy to use. We have a Batman. Oh, two different Batmans. You have Batman Returns Batman and the other Batman, which look like they're actually from different molds. So, like, well done to Cheetah for that. But gosh, look at this. Oh my word! I know. But it's just, I know, but it's just hilarious, isn't it? They have to shape it in a certain way so that it's actually usable as a joystick, but not so much in a way that's not identifiable. Oh gosh, but look at that Terminator 2 head. Oh, look, versions compatible with the Nintendo NES. Mega Drive. Oh gosh, what the most innovative joystick company in the world? Oh gosh, depends. But look, you could have gone to Harrods to get one of these. Seems just in the line for Harrods, doesn't it? Really. Ultra Base Smith or Argus Dixon's, Toys R Us. Oh, look, they've even got them here. Sticks with character. I mean, even the Terminator one is shorter than the other ones. I mean, how are you supposed to use that one? I mean, I can imagine people being able to use that one, but it must be really uncomfortable to do so. But come on, how are you even supposed to... they were called characteristics. Anyhow. Oh, wow, look at this. A PCMCIA card, which is 512 kilobytes. Well, you know me. CD-TV down in price to $399. Oh no! Even look at this first line. The CD-TV finally becomes a viable alternative with a further price cut. Started off at 600, down to 500, now down to 400. They're suffering here with the CD-TV. They really are. Really are suffering with that. Well, oh, it even has like a battery in it, does it? To go in the SRAM. Another battery? Wow. Interesting. Oh gosh. Amazing new graphics technique hits the Amiga. There's a brand new Amiga pursuit in town. It's called morphing, and it's widely touted as a technique that has transformed modern cinematic special effects. You may have seen this effect most dramatically at work in the form of Arnie's T-1000 adversary in the blockbuster film Terminator 2. So we've got an owl here. And this is creepy as all heck. And then, oh no. I mean, I have to admit, this is pretty much the creepiest one right here, but gosh. Ah. Way of Life, Legends of Valor. We saw a demo of that, didn't we? It's a very fancy looking book. I mean, today I'd say that was a render, but I think it's actually just drawn. You know. Think of it as a way of life. Or death. Penguin still sponsoring the Gallup charts or the Alspa charts. This is very confusing. It's Alspa, which I think was the people who put the ratings on games or something like that. I don't know. European Leisure something Association, possibly. Then compiled by Gallup, a separate company, I think. And then Penguin is sponsoring it. It even gets the name Penguin twice. You've got the Penguin charts and the Penguin biscuits down here. But Zool! Look at Zool's at the top. Oh no. Oh no. Well, if you find it, please let me know. Place your bets for the top game this Christmas. Is it going to be Zool? That's new in at number 1 here. This thing is, this is the December issue, but this would have been compiled and whatever in like November and whatever, and kind of released kind of more at the end of November, I think. I don't know. The dating of these things is quite difficult. We have Lemmings 2. Lemmings 2, I had that. It was a good game. Zool free with A600. Look, there's the box. Zool makes not before time. Zool makes it an A600 bundle. But this one's from Commodore. Oh my! Wow, it has things for us. We have trans right. This is where the trans rights were all the time. We should have all been buying Amiga 600 with Zool. Then we've had all the trans rights we need. Ah, gosh. Oh, this is Zappo, isn't it? Zappo Zap Sack. Yes, the Zap Sack. Oh gosh. Okay. Yeah. Jack Bucas. Ex-Commodore Vice President. It's a weird digitization going on here of this photo, isn't it? Gunship 2000, wow. What's so 2000 about this? Seriously fun software by Microprose. Yep, seen those adverts before. The virtual Amiga, look at this virtual reality going on here. What else do we have here? This is a glorified Amiga 3000. Interesting. Like a mixing desk or something at the bottom there. Very hard to make it out. This looks like a floppy drive. Smoke machines are hidden Amigas. Yes, this is... Oh gosh, just imagine that. Oh no, that's terrible. Just imagine virtual reality, but with Amiga level graphics, and most importantly, Amiga level frame rates. Oh no. Oh gosh, that must have been nausea-inducing. Oh gosh, it cannot have been good. Virtual reality in your own home, could it be a viable proposition? And this person said, the idea of virtual reality is an absolutely brilliant one. Home VR concerned, I don't think it will happen, or at least not for a number of years, yes. This person of Ocean, obviously virtual reality is the next best thing in entertainment. Basic VR system at home within 2 years. Virgin is saying... A do think it's one step nearer to being a couch potato, though. I mean, more kids will stay in their virtual world rather than going to experience real life. Oh, gosh. Yeah, still the same rubbish here, but then again, the virtual worlds are much more appealing than real life at times, I have to admit. Sensible software, VR Space Invaders, not using the technology to full. Are you reading this quote that I'm reading here? Oh dear. I'll leave that as not read out, but oh dear. The wolf in sheep's clothing, what is it? The A4000. So this is the more serious types of Amigas going on here. Doesn't look like this fits on the screen very well, does it? But yes, this is the more serious type of Amiga going on here. Actually has a separate keyboard, and it's like just looks rather as you'd imagine a PC to look like. View from the rear, oh my. We have some expansion slots here. We have a keyboard connector. Which one is that? Is it that huge thing of the keyboard connector? No, but the keyboard connector is this one here. Got these arrows. What are these arrows doing? There was an easy way to do this, Amiga Format. There really was an easier way to do this. But anyway, this is a keyboard connector here. This is a video connector. External floppy drive connector, looks about right. Parallel port, serial port, power in, and then power out to monitor. Okay. So you have a pass-through for the power there. Expansion slots, as I say, over here. The hardware, Super Gary, with the chip that controls the hard drive and general I/O. The kickstart ROMs. So yes, this is like the operating system of the Amiga. Writing these ROMs are here. Super Ramsey, the RAM controller, is over here. Lisa, Advanced Architecture Chipset Denise. So the Denise, I think, was the graphics one, and the Lisa is the advanced graphics thing here. Super Amber, Flicker Fixer. Okay. Alice is the Agnes chipset, but the advanced architecture chipset for the Alice, also the Agnes. And the Paula, same as ever. I think that's the sound chip as far as I know. 32-bit SIM RAM, single inline memory modules going on here. We have a floppy disk drive in the front. No, it was a chip. As I said, it's the Denise. I think the Denise was the graphics chip here. So yeah, IDE hard drive in there. There we go. A processor board. My word. But I think that's what we're looking at here. It's kind of like processor board being like the motherboard, and also where the graphics and other chips are soldered directly into. I think. Didn't show where the actual 68,000 variant is in here. Maybe it's here. Processor board. Oh, this is the actual extra board stuck in here, is it? Zorro 3 expansion slots. Okay, no, this is the expansion slot things, and it goes in this way. There is a video. Is this the owl thing? Oh gosh, oh my gosh. No. Oh no. There's all flavours of bad. All flavours of bad here. It's 4 hours long! Gosh, I think you actually gave me the link to the direct thing. But yes, people can look at that in the chat. Oh, so it was from a live stream. Apparently, yeah. I won't show that because it's from somebody else's live stream and stuff like that of a thing. But if you want to know what that is, I'll probably post that in my Discord. If West, if you can post that in my Discord as well, then people can look at that afterwards. But yeah, that is a thing I don't want to look at now. I don't want to be that scared, though it looks frightening. But yes, these is like, instead of your like ISA or what do they call them now? What are the expansion slots in PCs now? I forgot. But yeah, this is where your expansion cards would go in here, this way, in mouse and joystick ports on the side here, main circuit board down here. I think that's this right here, because this is where the expansion board goes in, I think, maybe. And best CPU in the world. Okay, there's the 68040 is hidden behind PCI Express. That's the one. Thank you very much, Stars. That's the one I was trying to remember. So instead of your PCI Express slots here, you've got these Zorro 3 expansion slots in the Amiga. I think they could do some PC ones in certain Amigas. I think they extended a certain way back so you could plug in some of the, maybe the ISA ones or whatever, if I'm remembering correctly what I read. Because we never had one of these types of Amigas. The Pro has its own separate board, so yeah, the it's not in there. It's probably stuck. I don't know. Not quite sure exactly what I'm looking at here, but yeah. So if you want an even faster machine in years to come, you will be able to change this board out for performance that's outrageously good by today's standards. I wonder if that ever actually happened. But yeah, here's your basic chip. You know, obviously it looked different to the way you do it nowadays, but there you go. Extra sound input. Extra connector for sound storage and things like that. So, yeah. What is this trying to show us here? 24 bits picture. The same picture displayed in Ham 8 mode. The A4000 can easily display this image. So yeah, it looks like pretty similar to that one. The smaller machines may be more limited. This is now 640 by 1024 with 256 colours. You can see that's definitely degraded in what it looks like. This is the best that that ECS and older Amigas can handle, and it's 320 by 512. Yeah, so better colour, but obviously at the expense of that, you get less resolution in there. But yeah, not a bad reproduction. But obviously we're only seeing small screenshots here. Actual screen, not simulated. Wow. Oh gosh, what an advert for a word processor, huh? This is what you can actually do with your word processor. Gosh, Workbench 3? Oh, that's probably what's coming out with the newer Amigas, I imagine. Look, it has time zones with a map and things on it as well. It's like, oh, you can choose lots of colours from your palette and things. And gosh, look, you can have it looking totally gaudy. You have the Sydney Opera House in the background as well. Gosh, but I would have done that myself. I mean, I remember my first PC I got, I had a font similar to this, and it was all, you know, purple and things like that. And I cannot criticise, really. Yeah, CDTV here. Doesn't look like they've heard about the price reduction, unless the pack-in is... it's going to be more, which it probably is. Military Masterpiece Campaign. Yeah, we got a bunch of as I said, I think I picked something very similar to that when I had my first PC, because it's like I can change anything I want about this. I probably shouldn't have, but here we go. Like a Games Master advert, the greatest show on TV, apparently. Interesting what they've done with the letters here. We've got the T inside the big T, the H inside the big H, and so on. But, oh, it's now on paper. This is what they're saying, a Games Master magazine. So there we go. Of course, what is this? R-Type? Looks like R-Type. No, XLA. There we go. Look kind of R-Typey, but it's XLA apparently. The Winner's Handbook. Over 250 hints, tips and cheats from the Games Master themselves. There you are. Gordon Howard has changed their look. Gosh, it's a bit difficult to read, I think. Oh yeah, wishful thinking. Christmas shopping guide. So yeah. Oh look, they've kind of made it a bit funny because it looks like they've torn away the page, or the page actually was torn away, and that's just the way they had to scan it. I don't know. But then it's not torn over here, so I'm guessing it's intentionally supposed to be like this. Wow, look. Here's your Christmas shopping guide. You can get a zap sack. Oh gosh, yeah, bug. As I said, we had the bug. I had this box here with Dizzy Prince of the Yoke Folk. Amiga Amiga Format subscription, of course they would plug that. File disk. What is this? You write down the disk contents on here and then you cross-reference it with some labels you can stick on your discs. What is this? Is this like an auto fire thing? That you plug your joysticks and things in there and you set up an auto fire through that? Or is it... No, it's an automatic switcher, I think, maybe, between your joystick and your mouse. Because, as I said, the Amiga only had 2 ports in the side. And so you could have your mouse and joystick plugged in. If you wanted a second person to play, you'd have to unplug the mouse and plug in a joystick. But this way, you could automatically switch between the two, I think. What is this? Computer's ROM socket. Primary, secondary. Is this going to be the switch over for the operating system, the kickstart? This might be the kickstart switcher. Got a buzzer on it, and a little piezoelectric buzzer on it as well. But wow. Is that like a little IC plug on the end of that? Cool. Let's see what they say over here. Anti-click board. Disk drives make a constant, particularly irritating click, click, click noise when there's a disk in the drive. Is that what that is? Is this the anti-click thing? Interesting. Stereo cable for your Amiga. Well, they have numbers by things, but they don't have numbers. No, they don't have... Okay, so that's not the anti-click board, because they have numbers next to these things here, which refer to these things over here. But they don't have the pictures for these things, so yeah. Stereo cable wouldn't look very fancy, and a SCART cable wouldn't look very fancy either. But, number one, carry your A600. Oh, really? Carry your A600 around with you? A stylish and convenient way in your zap sack. Always unplugging joysticks and mice. So yeah, that was the thing I said that I thought it was. Workbench. Okay, so they're workbench ROMs, but no, it's kickstart. Yeah, the kickstart switches. But the workbench kind of... The workbench was the software, the kickstart was the OS, but I think they kind of got confused, or maybe I'm confused, I don't know. But look, Amiga Format January issue you could buy for people. File disk, was it? Yes, it's daft, but maybe it's the right kind of present for the Amiga owner who has everything, but not quite. This personal organizer style index system ties in with color-coded labels to make sure you know precisely what's on every single disk and can find the right one at an instant. No more endless searching through disk after disk to find the utility you desperately need. And I can imagine that kind of might have been interesting to, or might have been useful to some people. Yeah, Amiga Format back issues, of course. Budget classic games, of course. Bug joystick, which I've mentioned before, and whatever. Foot pedals and freewheel, yeah. Okay, this is different to the other thing, but yeah, this is a wheel which plugs into your... Got a double thing on it. Interesting. But anyway, oh, I got mice, that's the one. Oh, No Second Prize, the one that, the game that was given away free at the last issue of the Amiga Power magazine, was released around about here. Yeah, bunch of mice. Got a keyboard. Oh, it's a MIDI cable. thing there. Easy Amos, what's this one? 5. The memory. Okay, so that's like the one of the memory boards, it pops into the bottom of the thing. Okay. Oh, more stuff here. We have, gosh, it's all the way down the bottom. Hard drive up here. What's this one? From scientific experiments to controlling robots. These interface kits. Number 1. So, wow, interesting. This is an Amiga interface kit to talk to hardware and stuff like that. Interesting. So this is Much Ambition Drive. What's this? Second disk drive 2 and 3. Yeah, basically second disk drives here. Get a Macintosh computer for a fraction of the price. So yeah, it's not an emulator, it's an entirely new board, but never mind. Aspirin for the flicker headache. You don't want interlacing being flickery, you get 5 and 6, which this is 6, which is 5. This is 6. They're both 6. But basically, you take your Amiga apart like this and install a board like this to stop it flickering. Oh dear. And video effects like the professionals use. Which one's that? Number 8. Ah, yes, the what do they call them? Genlocks or whatever, I think they called them. I don't know. I mean, maybe I should stop complaining about it, but anyhow, yeah, we have Cool World, which apparently isn't such a great film, but you can kind of have a see what it's kind of like. Oh, some more stuff here, more hardware stuff. Basically some printers and things, it looks like. Wow, turn your Amiga into a real computer by giving it a hard drive, apparently. Okay. So our scanners and things like that. And Psychonics, it'll have your brain raving all night. Some kind of puzzle game, looks like. So yeah, scanner, video digitizer. It's an interesting shape. But anyway, other stuff here. More stuff over here, your action replay. Turbo memory board. Interesting, but Advanced Dungeons and Dragons 2nd edition. Pirates of Realm Space. Captain your own Spelljammer spaceship. Look at this. That is a good ship. So yeah, how about some of that in your D&D style? It's pretty awesome looking, yeah, and it is in the game and on the box and stuff like this. Still by, is it TSR? And whatever here, Christmas 90 Phoenix. I'm just giving a slight Christmassy type of makeover to their adverts here. Grand Amiga, Miracle. I think something's got cut off here. Privacy, address the rules. Yeah, okay, so it kind of went over 2 pages apparently. Apparently we've lost a page here somewhere, so let me sort this out. Yeah, apparently we lost a page somehow, somewhere in all that. Let's see, what have we got here? When it was released last year, the Miracle was widely advertised on TV and in magazines. What was the slogan? Don't know. Which duo had a hit with The Miracle of Love Comes This Way Again in December of 1986? Who went to number 13 in the charts in May 1982 with Promise You a Miracle? Who had number 4 with It's a Miracle March 1984? Which rock band reached only disappointing number 21 in the pop charts with The Miracle in December of 1989? Miracle reached number 30 in November 1990, but for who? Whose backing group was The Miracles? I should probably know this. Can't think of it at the moment. Penicillin was said to be a miracle cure. Who had discovered it? I probably should know this as well. Who directed The Miracle of Morgan's Creek, and who directed The Miracle Woman? Gosh. This is on the tip of my brain. I can just feel it. And this one, Fleming. I don't know if I would have come up with it myself, but that, yeah. And then whose backing group was The Miracles? Gosh. I'll know who they are when I see them, but I can't think of it. But yes, KGB bureaucracy kills. August 1991. Wow, world's most powerful secret organization is about to get out of control. Oh dear. Yeah, got some budget games. Got some James Pond on there. Bubble Bobble, some New Zealand Story, Rainbow Islands, Batman the movie, Fizzball, good one. Yeah, so there's all this. Amber Star, we've seen this before, yeah, but it's a good picture. Some more budget game things going on here. Hang on. This is exactly the same page. This is a duplicated page here. Current releases. Diddy printed the Yoke Folk. Current releases with budgets, but yeah, anyway. Switchblade 2, which was, as I said, kind of previous to Zool. Kind of looked like this. I don't know if technically Zool is Switchblade 3, but I think it was made by the same people. And it's similar in some ways, I think, but I haven't really played it. Caesar, yeah, we had played a bit of this, didn't we? I remember this screen. And not doing very well at it, because I really didn't look at it too much. I think we've offset back again. No, wrong button. This one, we've offset back again. There we go, that's better. Sound Magic. We got Shadow of the Beast 3. They got 58%. Oh gosh. So yeah, we only saw Shadow of the Beast 1 so far, but this is Beast 3 here. So you can see it's kind of similar in some ways, but different in others. But yeah, we're going to have to look at that at some point, but apparently they didn't get a good score. Like the previous two, Parallax platforms, detailed graphics and lack of innovation. Oh dear. Graphics are its greatest strength, a good sample here and there, plus one or two not too annoying tunes. Daft puzzles that can kill you outright, definitely just not on. How many more running, jumping, shooting games can there be? Gosh. Well, Ed Ricketts didn't like this one. What is this, Bunny Bricks? Interesting. Where are the bunnies? Is this a bunny down here? Interesting. Oh, smashing American flags over here, looks like. Baseball belting bunny as a new twist to the breakout genre. Interesting. And then Populous 2. Always some expansion, it looks like, to it. The future is here. Yeah, digitizing stuff. Now available in PAL. It's good to know that we can actually use it over here. But here we go. This is a very serious Amiga setup right here. We've got your Amiga under here. You've got a big box around it to keep it, keep this TV up here with the monitor. Up here, and then you got the old JVC, some kind of video player, I guess this is, and the little digitizer thing we've got down there. So yeah, that's some serious thing. Oh, we've even got over here a video camera attached to an arm to look at some photos and things on here. So yeah, they're serious about their digitizing going on. Shuttle, interesting. So yeah, you can pilot a space shuttle. It looks like. Look at all these controls. Look at all these controls. 70%. Difficult. When you successfully complete a mission, it can be rewarding. Interesting. Yeah, Lemmings 2 over here. So yeah, I haven't mentioned it very much myself, but I did have this game, and it's pretty good. It expands on the Lemmings formula by adding in different abilities for them and stuff like that. I mean, there's a possibility it kind of might go too far in a way, but it's still all the same. It was an interesting idea of different things that the Lemmings could do and stuff like that. Porsche 930 was a 911 Turbo. Okay, so this is going to be this picture that's down here as well. So that's your Porsche 930, is it? Cool. Sorry, I completely blanked on zooming in on the car for you there, Stars. Rampart, Nicky Boom. Says boost your imagination as you discover fantastic worlds. We have Megalomania, Pirates, Populous, Realms, and Wonderland. Interesting. Okay. Okay. I'm glad you know the difference between your cars and stuff. Nicky Boom will thrill you with its humour and animation. Wow. 1,600 screens, 8 different soundtracks, and Zool only had like 4 or 5. Scrolling 50 images per second on the Amiga, apparently. A good sense of direction, oh no. 8 huge levels, 200 screens per level. Oh gosh. Need some cunning as well, oh dear. But yeah, these aren't good digitizations. Looks like they just took some photos of a screen actually, from what I can see there. But yeah, there's that. The Chaos Engine, which we did see the demo of. But yeah, it's got some interesting art and stuff going on here. Lots of people grinning apparently. And wearing tiny glasses. And holding guns, of course. But what have we got with this? Wow. The Great Bertie Bonus Bassist Licorice All Sorts. What? Wait, why does Bertie and Licorice All Sorts come into this? Do you get free sweets when you buy from these people? I don't know. Oh look, we have Zool over here. It's even got the sweets and things. Yes. Here's our trans rights. Oh no, trans rights cost about 50 quid. Gosh, does anybody have any 50 quid for some trans rights? Let's see here. Educate your kids. I have no idea what the whole Bertie Bassett thing is. Oh, here we go. A great new pack just for Christmas, containing the game that's probably going to be this year's bestseller, Zool. One of the cutest characters ever. Cute. Zool. Didn't have him down as cute. He has to collect all sorts of sweets. They're Chupa Chups. I mean, I think in the original version they weren't Chupa Chups. Yeah, I know. I think in the original they weren't Chupa Chups. I think with inflation actually, Stars, it's about 100 quid now, so it's very steep. Yeah. So he has to collect all sorts, so that's why Bertie Bassett is involved. This is before the Chupa Chups tie-in, I think, here. Gosh, the new Zool pack can be purchased with any of our Amigas at a price to keep you sweet. Chaos, I did not write these puns. Oh gosh. We have other stuff here. 3D Construction Kit 2, which you saw a demo of, I remember. Free tutorial video on a VHS. Check that out. Superstar. Oh, this is the WWF European. No, this isn't the game. Is this the game that they mentioned before? I don't know if this is the game they mentioned before, but we have that guy and that guy, and is that one Brett? That one might be Brett. And these guys and these guys and these guys. Chaos is probably like no. Apparently have the natural disasters and the nasty boys. Gosh, does this count as a tie-in? Am I going to have to play this? I mean, my objective is to play all Amiga games at some point, but eventually I'll get to it. But yeah, Road Rash, so it's a bike game here. And you have some interesting portraits going on here. Excuse me while I scratch my eye. This person is like, oh, I'm not ready for it, I'm just getting up. This one looks like they've taken, like, I've been exercising their eyebrow muscles. And, yeah. I think at least a couple of those are trans. Possibly got a bit of non-binary representation in there as well, I think. So let's see. Yep, no second prize here. This is what it would have looked like if we could get it to work, but we didn't get it to work. 80%, what are these portraits like? They are like this. I don't know if I'm fond of that art style myself, but they look like that. More joysticks. Oh gosh, look at this joystick. Gravis. Gravis, what's up with you? This is not ergonomic in any kind of way. Like, what? Well, this is certainly a thing, isn't it? It's certainly a thing. You don't have to be loud to be colourful. Sorry. God, I've got Pinball Fancies, more clowns on there, so I won't zoom in on that. But yeah, pinball game, which is one of the more decent pinball games on the Amiga. Yeah. Saber Team. Gosh, look at this. There's percentages all over the place. They're 6'4" apparently. I mean, with the proportions here, I wouldn't say they were, but I guess. That's how you look now, just like this. 6'4". I mean, how high is these? This is like a long way off the ground. Here, but I don't know. Human proportions are kind of weird anyway, aren't they? But just working out a lot. Cool. That is that. We have over here. Oh gosh, I've got another thing to add to my my list down at the bottom here. But look, we have Doodlebug. This is the aforementioned Doodlebug here, going through a very colourful kind of thing. We've got the copper chip displaying the colours in the background here as well. Doodlebug plays a lot like the Fabulous Zool. Oh dear. Land of Cartoonia. But if you've already got Robocop and Zool, it might well be worth giving this 20 leveler a bash. Hang on, Doodlebug is nothing new. It doesn't stand out even in its field. But if you already got them, you might well buy another game which like them. I don't know if that quite fits in. But we have McDonald's Land. Oh gosh. If you do enjoy a Big Mac TM attack with McDonald's Cola TM, John Wick. I'm missing the reference there, but yes, not having seen John Wick. Gosh, Ronald McD. I don't think I ever want to hear him called that. But yeah, so we have a McDonald's tie-in to look at as well. 44%, so you know it's going to be good. Neat stuff, some printers and things. It really looks like they specialise in printers. Look, we got printer cables and software and things. Curse of Enchant here. Okay, so standing on your hands or you're actually shackled to the wall or something. It's interesting. Under the sea, everything's wetter, everything's better, unless Brad's there. It's not quite the lyrics, but, you know. There's certainly things going on there. Ooh. A friend here. It's a mud monster, apparently. What? Hang on, wait a minute. Oh, right. I was kind of slightly confused here, because they called it C of E. In the UK, people might see C of E and think of something else. But it's the name of the game they're referring to, Curse of Enchantia, rather than the Church of England. I was a bit confused there. But here you go, air support. You have some vector graphics here and some not vector graphics over here. We got some other stuff from specials there. Oh, it's now in time for Xmas. Cool, I will do that, Zor. I'm on it. Here's a Game Gear with columns. Yeah, it's perfectly designed for this console, isn't it? Columns. This long column here. it fits the screen absolutely perfectly. Yeah, what else? Gosh, these poor Game Boys. Look at them. This is what we had to do. I mean, I never had a Game Boy myself, but this is what we had to do to our handheld consoles to actually be able to use them. It's got a little joystick adapter thing on it, and a little magnifier, and some speakers and things. I think the thing does everything. Yeah, 1999, not too bad. There. But yeah, poor Game Boys. Here's the links. Tiny Squeaks. I think we saw a demo of this, didn't we? Some kind of puzzle game going on here. What's this? Zyconics? Look kind of like Tetris and columns and that kind of thing going on there. Paladin 3. Looks like some kind of RPG kind of thing going on here. And Combat Classics over there. Oh, they're trying to get rid of the CD-TVs over here. Is this the same thing with trade-in? Is this... I don't know, because I remember the trade-in last time. It looked a bit dodgy to me. But yeah, come on. That much and that much and this much. I mean, for the same price... Okay, so the same price here. We have the Amiga 600 and we have the CD-TV. So let's compare these. So obviously at the CD player, you're a bit dodgy. You know, I know. I mean, we're all a bit dodgy here. But you have in here CD-TV player, CD-TV keyboard, the disk drive separate. Okay, so you can read your actual Amiga discs on it. Infrared remote controller down here. A wired mouse. Is that the mouse? A welcome disc, which comes with the CD-TV anyway. Manuals and Fredfish CD-TV. I think that was like some PD software and whatever on there. Thank goodness, yes. And indie value added, so they've added into this pack Lemmings for the CD-TV, Blues Brothers, which is just the actual CD. They're kind of, yeah, it's the audio CD of the Blues Brothers. We saw this before, but still. Pipe Mania, Populist Kickoff 2, and Space Ace, which were the Amiga versions, so yeah, the Amiga versions of these games. So, you could get that, or you could get this one over here, which has the Amiga 600 HD with a hard drive in it, built-in TV modulator. Obviously it has the disc drive in here, but it doesn't have a CD player. You have the mouse and manuals, mobile memory. Obviously it already has a keyboard with it as well. Epic, Rome, Myth, Trivial Pursuit, Language Lab Edition. So yeah, this is basically two sides of the same box. It has the Language Lab on one side and this on the other side, to try and appeal to different people. This is to appeal to the kids, this is to appeal to the adults. But then you also have a joystick thrown in, micro switched, so that's good as well. Lockable disc box, Disk wallet. I can't see that. Maybe that's down here. 10 blank discs. Kickoff. 2 Pipe Mania. Space Ace Populous. Zap Sack carry case. Epic pack indeed. And a Zappo t-shirt. So yeah, I mean, what do we have? We have the Pipe Mania, Populous, Kickoff 2 and Space Ace. They're both on here. So I mean, you get the Epic Rome Myth Triple Pursuit, Deluxe Paint 3, and with this you get some PD software. And that's basically all the software you get extra. Oh no, you get the Lemmings as well, but is Lemmings and the Fredfish CD equivalent to Epic Rome Myth Trivial Pursuits and Amiga Text and Deluxe Paint? I don't know. Of course, more software was readily available for this when this was just a promise of stuff. So, I mean, kind of leaning towards this, really. But yeah, CDTV software. This is your CDTV software. Yeah. Another one over here, $489, same price. For this one, we get the same Amiga games included in with it, with the CDTV blues. But isn't this exactly the same? This is exactly the same picture. Yeah. I don't know what it is with this scan and why it's got duplicates and things in there. But there we go. Insight technology. The jet ski was the jet ski was first developed by the American Clayton Jacobs in 1963. He approached Kawasaki, the Japanese motorbike manufacturers, with his development, who took up the idea and released the thing. Yeah, so here we go. This is a jet ski here, so we got a propeller. We have the water coming in here and going out there, so that's how it pushes itself along. You have a steering column here, 2-stroke engine here, feeding the propeller. You can sit down if you want as well. It's got the petrol tank in here, so that's why it's a big area. But yeah. This is a CDTV title. It's basically information on a CD. This is some karaoke. Oh, I need you, you need me. Oh, my darling, can't you see? Don't know if I'm familiar with that. But yeah, you get a karaoke thing for the CDTV. Features 20 hits along the lines of Oh, Carol, It's My Party, Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow, and It's Only Make-Believe. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think I'd buy it for that, really. Some other stuff, demo collection. So, yeah, basically a bunch of, like, PD software and stuff on a CD, I think it is. Global Chaos. Certainly to look chaotic. Oh, and you get the game Top Banana thrown in too. Well, never. Looking at that, I couldn't imagine that Top Banana would be included with that. Your Turn Part 3, so this is like Bullfrog again, looking a little bit more normal in this this photo than the other ones they had. Yeah, this is how to do collision detection. But notice how the actual page numbers have disappeared from here. But yeah, this is the cheat things like Civilization. Got some Amos stuff over here as well. And missing a page, it looks like. Future music. Oh, I would have been interested in looking at that. It's a Yamaha system thing. Looks like a keyboard with some other things attached, which I can't read what that is. But I'll probably look at that after the Yamaha SY85. And it probably has some MIDI ports. These are probably the MIDI ports. These are probably some audio ports and things like that. But, what have we got over here? Just looks like a help section. It's like a MIDI piano roll thing going on there. Buyer's guide, wouldn't be able to read any of that, but what have we got here? Well, Fostex X20, I think that is, and the Tascam Porter QS is that? But yeah, some multi-track tape recorders, it looks like, over here. which is neat. I never had one myself, but I always wanted one. I managed to get a actual digital kind of multi-track thing at one point, but I never actually had one of these 4-track tape recorder things. But as I said, it was like one of these things that Katie wants, well, Katie wanted at least. Katie probably still would use one nowadays just for the fun of it. But yeah, gosh. So I'm just kind of looking at some other things here. Let's get serious. Graphics, hardware, printers, graphics, word processing. Yeah, oh, let's look at this. That's got some high lesbian energy right there, I think. Vision. There's a bunch of kangaroos all in the water. I think they're copy-pasted. Yes, you can paste on the backgrounds without unsightly lines appearing. Using anti-aliasing? Oh my. And what's this? Sydney University cocked for demonstrate that Oxford Cambridge bashes for wimps. Okay. And you can do some fancy things and put a face on a moon. I won't zoom in on that. I think I've scared people enough in this stream. We have a naked person who is very shiny. Interesting. Got some other things, some changing colours, got some embossing going on, some desaturating, some colour changings, and various other things going on there. Word worth. Okay, yep, so this is the word processor they were had on the disk and stuff like that. Computer world. I think we saw this one before. Always gotta say hello to our lion friend. Hello, lion friend. But, yeah, we'll go for that. Vidi Amiga 12. Okay, this is another digitizer thing here. We have a digitization of Terminator 2 here. Not awful. I mean, you can tell what it is, but it's definitely not the greatest. And oh gosh, what happened here? Diamond Computers, are we ready for some more adventures of Captain Diamond, everybody? Let us see what Captain Diamond is up to nowadays. Or then-a-days. I had a letter recently from an unhappy fan complaining I spend all my time driving cars and never doing anything dynamic anymore. Well, the problem is that since I've launched the price pledge, there hasn't been that much action. It's been so successful. Gosh, just bending a bar here in or outside of the gym? I can't tell. Because it says gym. Does that mean the gym's through the door? But then what's this doing here? He's just bending a bit of metal for no real reason, it seems. As you can see, I haven't lost any of my superpowers. It's just that nobody has been able to offer me any challenge, so now I'm offering you a challenge of my own. I have £1,000 in cash to give away to the person who takes the most advantage of my price pledge. Yes, any purchase using the price pledge before the 10th of January 1993 will automatically be entered into the skill competition. Skill? So scour... Okay, so scour the magazines for the best price you can, and I will also beat it by £1 on any purchase over £100. Now that's what you call dynamic. Okay. I don't know if I understand. HD CDTV, what is this? It's an extra hard drive, it looks like. It looks like it. Sorry, I didn't really look at that, but yeah. Outside of his own store, it just looks like some random car. Yeah, I was so surprised by all the rest of it. But yeah, it's sort of like a hard drive expansion for the CDTV, which I'm guessing by the look of it will go inside it. I remember the days when the CD-TV was not officially classed as an Amiga. You couldn't expand it, there wasn't a keyboard for it, and it was billed as the Black Magic Box. What has changed is the fact that CD-TV owners want to be able to use floppy-based Amiga programs and games as well as CD titles. Yes. Oh, it's a HD CD-TV as well as a floppy drive and keyboard. You get 2 megabytes of chip RAM as standard, a mouse that plugs into the back, so it's not a hard drive. Okay. It's got a SCSI interface as well, okay. What about the A570? Okay. Well, printer extra. We've got a good robot friend here. Was it Knob? So, Nobby. There we go. You can see it better there. It's probably from some kind of TV show or something like that, but this is apparently Nobby the robot. It looks kind of CG, actually. Yeah, I don't know if that's from anything, but they have a more coloured Nobby. Another word processor. Oh gosh. This is how computer viruses. Loch Ness Monster, Yeti and more. They don't understand viruses, so they're scared of them. People can... What? A popular American magazine did in fact run a scare story a year or so ago saying that people were in danger of infection from viruses in virtual reality systems. Oh dear. They can infect each other if they're kept next to each other in a disk box. Viruses from one computer can affect another computer. Since viruses are programs, there's no more true than saying an Amiga can run programs from other computers. It can't. What? Oh, like from like a Mac or a PC. They possibly could, but it's very unlikely they would. Viruses can damage hardware. Yes, they could. If they were doing the wrong thing, they could, or the right thing in the circumstance, they could. Viruses could definitely damage hardware. A virus can live in a battery backed up clock. It's a RAM memory that's simple, not enough to store a virus in it. Well, that's a challenge, I feel. I'm sure somebody did manage to do something like that. So, the top 10 most common viruses for the time. SCA was the first Amiga virus written by the Swiss Crackers Association, a bunch of pirates. It's capable of copying from boot block to boot block so your games stop working. Byte Bandit IRQ is a file virus. Yeah, I'm not going to say the name of the next one. I'm not going to say the name of the next one. Not going to say the name of the next one. Saddam. Oh gosh. Was it BGS9? Display the message. A computer virus is a disease. Terrorism is a transgression. Software piracy is a crime. This is the cure. Okay. CCCP virus. Oh dear. Traveling Jack. They did have some interesting names for viruses, didn't they? Top 10 antivirus programs. Which possibly don't have so many colourful names to them. Top 10 antivirus tactics. Write protect all your floppy disks. Check the write protect before you put a disk into a disk drive. That necessarily wouldn't help you, but anyway. Do a hard reset in between programs. Yeah, clear out the RAM. Makes some sense there. Oops. Oh gosh, I'm going to center this a bit better. Okay, if you still suffer virus damage, it's probably a new strain. Send a copy to SafeHex International, clearly marking it as a probable new virus. So that'd be 0942, which would be 01942 now. Have a look. 01942 area code UK. Coming up as Wigan, Greater Manchester. So some people in Manchester doing a good, or at least purporting to do a good thing to mark new viruses for the Amiga. Yeah, that's definitely the Vitruvian Man over there. I've seen some of this stuff. I've already gone PD games. Donkey Kong. It's actually just called Donkey Kong. Does that say SNES in the middle? I don't know. Cloned with subtle changes. So subtle changes. Yeah. Some other stuff. Wizard Wars? Is this what this is? Wizard Wars. It's got an interesting name. Does that say Trevor's First Demon? Oh gosh. No, back over here. Clumpy icons. White Knight. Say if you want to do some more fancy icons for your Amiga, you can use these. Look at this video camera. Look at this Walkman. Look at this sampler. So yeah, some fancy icons for you. Act of War. Interesting. It's kind of like an XCOM-y kind of thing, it looks like there. Money program. Gosh. World War II history book. This happened. The Battle of Britain, apparently. We've got some Luftwaffe here. Some RAF stations, it looks like it says here. It's that Dundee up there. Yeah, so that's the arrows and things going on here. C manual. So if you want to program in C, I guess, then that kind of tells you how to do it. Oh no. Why would it betray me like this? Why is there an Amos cricket? No. Oh gosh. Zool pack. There we go. This has got the trans rights in it as well. Little Zool. Look, they're really leaning in on the Zool thing, aren't they? Oh gosh. What do we have over here? Okay, that's just Santa looking through his bag or stepping into his bag, and we've got Metallica, FFC, all SSR. Interesting. Okay, no actual Anarchy code here though, apart from the menu, which displays a picture of... Okay. Displays a picture of Bertie Bassett playing a horrible rendition of the Rainbow theme tune. Interesting. Lemming's Revenge. So here you've got a bit of an animation going on. Is it Eric Schwartz? A Lemming's Revenge by Eric Schwartz. You'd think there's no other animators for the Amiga, wouldn't you? But here's Eric Schwartz doing a bit of a Lemmings thing. And then this lemming looks like they're wearing a dress. Interesting. Oh, hang on. This time he's taken a popular animation, Lemming's Revenge, by Eric Schwartz, and messed around with it, produced a tribute to the other animator. Okay, interesting. But it looks like they just kind of borrowed, in inverted commas, as they say there. Okay, which is a very fancy, futuristic looking bike, I think. What is this? Attention, 100 miles per hour speed limit. Penalty. Did it say like elimination or termination? I think it says termination. interesting. Wow, look at this setup down here. Got your Amiga, got your keyboard, got your monitor, you got your printer on its own little shelf at the top there. And even got another little thing here to whack your legs into underneath there. Fancy. Oh, look at this! Handheld video games. What is this? Supervision, does it say? It's going to be one of these rather bad LCD games, isn't it? P-52 Sea Battle, Grand Prix, Challenger Tank, Brain Power, Carrier, Linear Racing, Super Block, Snake, Hash Block / Eagle Plan, Honey Bee, Space Fighter, Alien, Tennis Pro, Olympic Trails, Police Bust, Pack Boy, Blockbuster. Gosh, these look awkward to hold as well. But I'd love to have one. Okay, you've got Photo Plus magazine. If you like taking your photos, you could buy this magazine. That's a very good top. I do like that top a lot. Look, there's Camcorder Plus as well. Wow. So handy hints. Here's how to take some good photos and things like that. Neat. Forgotten. Wow, look at all this artwork here. It's obviously a little bit low in colour depth here, but that is quite the artwork. Oh gosh, let's go back over here so you can see these dragons and things over here. That is quite the artwork. And then there's whatever that is over here. Looks like that's kind of like a Superman, doesn't it? But I don't know. Is that James Bond? Okay, so it's not a brilliant likeness. There's only title page. The rest of the demo is more cartoon-like. I suppose I got James Bond because of the iris in the background. Oh no, it's not the iris, is it? Because I always imagine it to be like an iris of a camera, but it's not. It's the looking down like the barrel of a gun, isn't it? And you got the rifling around the outside. That's what the spirals are. But yeah. More desktop publishing. And back issues and things like this here as well. Calling all programmers. Yeah, we've seen that before. Gosh. Thank you for following as well. Gosh. Anyhow, did me a scare. To be honest, I'm not sure if the followers I've got here are actually real people or not. They seem to just have numbers and letters in various orders. So if you are a real person, I would appreciate knowing if you are indeed real, but it doesn't quite look like these are actually real people as far as I can tell. I mean, obviously you don't have to say anything if you don't want to, but I'm inclined to believe they're not actually real people. But I could be wrong. Let me see what we have. Laughgilly. That's a good place name, Laughgilly. Apparently there's a place named Intake as well. I've never heard of that. Gosh, mass expansion. Hairy disk solution? What? Yeah. I mean, one of the reasons I'm not quite sure if these are actual real people or not, because the follower count hasn't actually gone up at all. Of course, it does take a while to do that, but the other person followed a while ago. About an hour ago, it says on here, and it still hasn't updated. So I'm thinking Twitch is looking at them and thinking, maybe this looks suspicious in some way. So if you are a real person, or if these two people are real people, or these two accounts are real people, then maybe your name looks a little suspicious to people, and Twitch themselves. I don't know if I even want to translate that, but yeah. know, look, PCMCIA slots are rapidly becoming a computer standard. Normally it's on laptops that they kind of were found, at least. Oh, here we go. We've got some more Japanese here. We've got the katakana. You can see it very clearly over here now. That was the A. What was it, or the Ne? Oh, I keep forgetting which one this is because it's a different font. But yeah, that's the A there, so that's the Ne, yeah. Because there is one that looks very similar to that, which is actually A, but I think that's in the other. But yeah, these are the things that you got the N, got the Wa, we got the Ra, Ri, Ru, Re, and Ro, and there'll be some other ones underneath here which we can't see very well. Sa, Shi, Su, Se, So, that is so, yeah. Ka, Ki, Ku, Ke, and Ko, and A, I, U, E, and O. There, if you're wondering. Not sure. This looks like a thing for day, but I don't know if I can understand that. Anyhow, moving on. There's people in question. Just like Metal Gear. That's the Lali Lulelo. Which obviously was derived probably from this Lali Lulelo. For whatever reason. Interesting. Sorry, I'm looking at some things on here. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, nothing really much here standing out. I love it how they say it's the natural way to draw. This looks very natural. For only 20 quid as well, so it's not too bad. But, yeah. Good old Evesham Micros here again, and then take some letters. I guess in the pictures and things, so you got a Honda bike here. You have the Joker. I think the proportions are a little off, but it's a fairly good representation there. Strange. Indeed. And Mary. Interesting. I got some. Is that cut off, or is it just, it's the crease there? I've got another bit of art over here. Knights of Horus. So you got a bull with another bull person riding it. It's kind of strange, but yeah. So this is kind of giving away what's going to come next week. But yeah, so as I said, next time, since it is mentioning it, this is like a big thing for Katie, really. It has Lemmings 2 playable demo on it, and Amos the Creator, the complete version of it. So yeah, this is maybe where I started with programming and stuff like that. When I got this magazine, January of 1993, Amos was on the cover, and yeah, that's probably where where it all started from. Okay, so spot the shot. Did I guess Zool? I might have guessed Zool. Don't know if I did or not. But anyway, the spot the shot was from Zool, apparently. And this one, that looks like the pinball game. Got the exact name of it. It was like Pinball Fantasies or something like that, wasn't it? That's what that's from. There's kind of weird other stuff here. How many copies of Madonna's new book have been bought and will not be taken out of their mylar wrapping for another 20 years until they're auctioned off as pristine copies? We guess lots. By the way, mylar is used to make PCBs and the drivers for Sony MDR headphones. Yeah, it's kind of like random stuff for some reason they stick in the back of here. Oh, there we go. The power scan, and we got the fire force at the end here. So yeah, mission, go to a local dealer, quest demonstration, get free badge. So yeah, that was the magazine. Say, definitely felt a lot more tired going into the stream than I do right now. Though I don't know if I want to do anything else. So I saved anything to show off on here. Let me just check through. I don't know if any of this is so oh, this is an interesting one. We can have a look at this, because I don't think I did show this. A free badge, indeed. So, let me just paste this into here. Oh gosh, why is it zoomed in so much? Let's reset this. So, as mentioned in one of the previous Amiga magazines, indeed, there was Sonic the Hedgehog being developed for home computers. I don't know how much of this you can actually see. I can't really see that too well. Let me go back to the... It's not going to be scroll down here, but it says the home computer version of Sonic the Hedgehog is a set of planned conversions for the Sega Mega Drive game Sonic the Hedgehog for popular UK home computer formats of 1991. All were cancelled in early development. Apparently this was a title screen from something. So here, during the mid to late 1980s and 1990s, Sega Europe sold the rights of many of its arcade games to prominent publishers of home computer games such as US Gold or Mediagenic, Activision. Following the release of the European Mega Drive in 1990, a similar policy was applied to some home console games such as Space Harrier 2, Last Battle, World Cup Soccer, and Arnold Palmer's Tournament Golf. As the games market across Europe is dominated by 8-bit and 16-bit computers, this has worked well for Sega, with the likes of Outrun and Thunderblade becoming bestsellers on home formats. Following the launch of Sonic the Hedgehog, US Gold picked up the rights to bring the home game to home computer formats. Discussions with Sega and development partners began, but no deals were confirmed publicly. Likewise, no information regarding systems was ever given. However, given the shape of the market in US Gold's previous publications, it was speculated the ports would appear on the 16-bit Amiga and Atari ST formats, potentially the 8-bit Amstrad CPC, Commodore 64, and ZX Spectrum. Just imagine Sonic on the Spectrum. Oh dear. An IBM PC conversion was also on the cards. However, the success of Sonic and the increase in sales of the Mega Drive console led to Sega rethinking the contract and promptly pulling the license. Incidentally, no home computer conversions of Sega games were released after 1992. Sega would re-enter the Windows PC market in 1996 on its own, but would never publish a Sonic game on these older platforms. The character would, however, appear unofficially in various pieces of public domain software in the years which followed, of course. Indeed. It's not believed any significant work was done on the home computer versions of the game. However, the planned Amiga port was demonstrated in the September 1991 issue of the Italian of the Games Machine. 2 screenshots suggest that all the graphics were redrawn and layouts changed, but there is yet to be confirmation of a playable build, or indeed if these were legitimate screenshots. This is like the screenshot that was in the magazine, it looks like. It's going to load up. But yeah, this is what we've got. Oh gosh. Yeah, no higher resolution available. No, don't open the link in the job. Can't open the image. Open image. There we go. But yeah, this is what they showed in a magazine. And look at these rings. It's tiny. Did I show this off before? But yeah, these are tiny rings here. So I'm not quite sure how official this actually was here, but certainly is an interesting thing. here. Hang on, did I do that? Don't think I did. There it is. Sorry. Just trying to sort it so I don't bring that up again if I had. You'd think I have. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't quite sure if I had, but it's in my list of interesting things, at least. Here. There's another thing which I kind of want to show off by showing itself. But yeah, I think I showed this thing as well. Did I mention about the Amiga laptop and stuff like that? But it's another thing which didn't really come of anything, really. If I pop this in here. Yeah, we have the Amiga laptop, apparently. This may be what it would have looked like. But yeah, there's not a lot of information on it because it wasn't really a thing that got very far, I don't think so. Prominent Macintosh company debuts first licensed third-party Amiga computer. Yeah, Model 10, an Amiga laptop by newer technologies. Apparently it looked like this. Hopefully it would have been changed in the mid... before it was actually released. We here have learned the new technologies. We're announcing a new laptop based on the Amiga chipset. We're shown to plug for the first time in the World of Commodore show. But yeah, Motorola's 68,000, 7.18 megahertz, either 1.3 or 2.0 kickstart, floppy drive, 2 megs of RAM. Yeah, but apparently they said they were going to make one. They did a press release and stuff like that. They apparently had a photo to share. But I don't think it really ever came further than that. So, yeah, that's kind of another thing that was mentioned in previous things. Why are you doing what you're doing here? Stop it. Sorry, my mouse is kind of being annoying at the moment for whatever reason. I want to grab this and drag it into here. There we go. What is this? Yeah. I don't know, I put some things down because it's like, oh, I should look at that, but then I've kind of put some other stuff in the same thing, and so I don't know what I actually wanted to show off and what I didn't. For some reason I have this. Oh, I think this was the thing that was in one of the what you call it, Amiga magazines. It's kind of like difficult to make out what it was, but it was definitely there. So let me have a look at this as well. And there's this, obviously it's an eBay thing, so can we just look at the image here? Here we go. So this is like a thing which was included, or a picture of this was shown in one of the Amiga magazines. So you've got a simple little keyboard here. It's by Bontempi apparently, and it had some buttons for chords on the side here, so it wasn't a very massively functioned keyboard of whatever sorts, but yeah, gosh, did I flick everything? It's got an on-off switch on it as well. And it had this in the back, but it plugs into the wall. But I don't know if this is for batteries or if this is something else, because it doesn't really look like a battery compartment. Because, yeah, this definitely doesn't look like a battery compartment, but it's... I don't know what it's for. This is an electrical musical keyboard instrument, organ, not a toy. If it is for children, it should be used under parent supervision. But yeah, it was obviously... UK thing, because it had a UK plug you can see in one of the other pictures, and 240 volts, 50 hertz. But yeah, it's kind of interesting as well that there was just this, and kind of just, it's an old instrument, and I do like seeing old instruments, even though this one's like, as I said, a fairly simple one. Some keys and some chord keys, I think, on the side here. Did it actually say if I zoom in? No, it's not going to zoom in properly. Can I actually? No, it's because eBay's blocks right-clicking. Oh no, it hasn't. Open image in new tab. It had, but then it hadn't. I don't know what's going on with that. Ah, there we go. You've got some major and minor keys, it looks like here. So probably major on the top and minor on the bottom, it looks like. And yeah. There we are. I kind of could go on to do some other things, but I think maybe I'm thinking I just kind of want to leave it there for today and such like that. So let me not get myself tangled up in wires here and what not. And let me go back over to here. So yeah, thank you everybody for dropping by today and such like that. I hope it was all a good stream for everyone and such like that. As usual, I give my shout outs to other people here. No, that's not the right thing to do. That is the one I want to do. So it is Wednesday today. Tomorrow should be Stars Transmission, who usually does Forza on Thursdays, and then after that my stream up next Friday. So yeah, we could continue with the tie-ins. I might kind of try and continue with Zool without being quite so out of it as I was last time and such like that. So maybe we can continue with Zool on Friday, or maybe I might just think, no, I don't want to play Zool, I want to play something else, because I did have a thought, maybe kind of have a break, because as I said, the tie-ins for the Amiga is going to last for quite a while. So I've kind of decided that maybe I can have a break sometime in between, so that I don't have to just do that all the time, and I can play some other things which I kind of might want to just either show off or play on stream. Might need some more spaces in it. Like where, or what I'm saying, do you mean? But yeah, we've got things there. So I might be just doing something different. It depends on how I feel, really. If I'm not really feeling great, I might just stick with looking at Zool and stuff like that. But if I feel like a bit more getting into stuff, I might do something else. But yeah, so me on Friday, got some more stars and that on Saturday. Hopefully finish off Control. Be good to see the end of it and see stars complete a game. And yeah, I mean, obviously I'll say more about other people doing things, but there's also a Chaos on here, normally does like Mondays and Tuesdays. Starly, who has been doing Tuesday streams recently. And yeah, and West, who does art and stuff, which you can see one of the bits of art on the stream right now. Crying kitty face, and obviously another bit as well, the background, which West did. So I think that is really all for today. But as I say, thank you very much for all dropping by and such like that. I shall leave you all on a song. And I think I have nothing else to say, unless anybody else has anything else to say, any more pressing matters or anything like that. But I think aside from that, Ooh, we have another follower here. Thank you for the follower. But yes, thank you all for dropping by, and I will see you next time. Bye bye, everybody.